Hello there, everyone. Zantok here. I was about to do the wrong intro. This is Super Cast Brothers, not Super, not Select Star. Hi, podcast. We're professionals. It's Super Cast Brothers, the Smash Brothers podcast that has two dipshits hosting it. Actually, it's probably not the only one that has that set up, but they don't have these two dipshits. I'm Zantok, Elizabeth's
Actually,
listener. What?
they call me delightful.
I'm sorry. Who calls you what?
So many people who love me and acknowledge me as their friend.
I think you're looking in the mirror there, guy.
It's a beautiful sight.
Anyways, the narcissist is called Jonno. He's admiring himself in the mirror right now, and I'm really glad that there's no cameras right now because I don't want to see that. So yeah, if you're doing the video version of the show, which hi, there's no cameras. There's not
Hey,
even name badges like there usually is. That's because there's not going to be a room for them today. This is one of our two extra episodes that we've started doing a season. This is the second time of doing this particular type, which we call uh the grid. The grid is the theme of this episode. Last season we did an episode where we had like these two grids that were 10 by 10, filled with 100 characters each, and then we used them to kind of sort of randomly, but with some decisions, build a roster for a Nintendo versus Capcom game. This time we're doing something similar, but it's not going to be Nintendo versus Capcom, Nintendo versus uh, Bandai, or anything like that. This is a Smash, just a Smash Brothers roster. You know, nothing too crazy. But there's a twist. You might consider the twist crazy because I want you to ponder for a moment, everyone. Jono, I need you to think about this too. What if, what if Nintendo, in their wisdom? No, not wisdom. What if Nintendo, in their moments
that's
of
big.
crazed nonsense, decided, hey, Mr. Sakurai, for the next Smash Bros. Game, you're not allowed to use any characters that have been playable in any previous Smash Bros. Games. This means no Wii Fit Trainer. This means no Pikachu, no Samus, no Mario, no Link, no Bayonetta, no Mega Man,
No me
no
fighter.
one. No Me
No
Fighter.
piranha
Well,
plant.
it could be Me Fighters, just not the Sword Fighter or the Gunner and the Brawler. It could be
No
other
incineroar.
things. No Incineroar. So we're doing this for a couple reasons. One, we think it would be funny. It'd be very funny. Uh, Having a roster without
Yeah.
these characters that are mainstays. It also is a little bit more challenging because like, okay, we can't just rely on the usual crew. We can just be like, okay, so DK's got to have Donkey Kong, Mario's got to have Mario, got to have Luigi, got to have Peach, got to have Bowser. We don't Metroid, got to be Samus. Obviously, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Those are all banned from this. It's also kind of a sneaky little way for the two of us to go, hey, people, you think that there's not anything new that we can add from this series? You're
So
wrong.
sneaky.
You're wrong.
Sneaky
You can
sneak.
add so much more.
I'm in a
So
box right now.
we have a grid of 400 characters at a 20 by 20 square. There's some Mario characters, there's some Pokemon, there's some Fire Emblem, there's some things from Nintendo franchises that don't have representation in Smash. There's third parties. There's third parties that do have representation in Smash, but with different character options. And then there's third parties that don't have representation in Smash. There's a whole bunch of characters here. I'll show you guys the grid, at least in portion, so you can kind of see a bit of what might be gone over today. So let me explain the grid here for those who either didn't watch the last episode when we did this, or it's been a year, so a reminder is always helpful. Here's how the grid works. So I'm going to be running two. I'm going to be doing a random number generator to give me two numbers between 1 and 20. And I'm going to find where they
Yeah.
correspond on this grid. So let's say the grid lands right here on PD Piranha. Okay, so the grid selects PD Piranha. I will then take PD Piranha and every character that is in the same column and Ro as Petey Piranha. And then we will put those characters head to head and figure out which one of them, of this group specifically, we would put into the game as a playable character. And let's say the answer ended up being Duat. So then Duat gets to be a nice green square. It gets added onto the roster. It's official. Yay, good job, Duat. I don't know how you got the choice, but you did it. And then every character that is in the same row and column as Duat will be marked out. They will not be eligible anymore. And we're going to keep on doing this until we have picked 20 characters. There will be one green box chosen character in every row and column, and that will be the end of round one. At that point, all the characters that were previously eliminated will be back in the game, and they have a second chance of being on the roster. Now, I don't fully know where we're going to stop. We might stop after round 30 with 60 characters. We might stop after round 5 with 100 characters. Jonno and I here, we're going to kind of see how we're feeling and how long things are taking whenever we get to those points. So, Jonno,
Yeah.
you ready for this shit?
This reminds me of the original name we have for this podcast. Do you remember?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
This podcast.
Yes. What
This
about this
show.
podcast? Supercast Brothers. Yes. What about it?
We were originally going to call it Fuck Mario.
No. No.
That, to my recollection,
No, I'm pretty sure
very
it was
different outlook
always
on
going to
that.
be Supercast Brothers. I think we were debating. You came to me with the idea for the show, and I was just like, cool idea. Let's do these things for us. Like, what should we name it? Supercast Brothers, because it's Super Smash Brothers, but we're casting about it. And that there was no further discussion. That was it.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
need
Okay.
no. Now our other show that technically had two different versions we considered, but
Imagine if we were Super Pod Brothers.
I don't want to live in a pod with you.
SPB.
No. That's
Yeah.
mm-mm.
I'm ready. Just like SpongeBob, who's on this grid.
That's no, it's not. No. There's no non-video game characters on this grid. I just made that fucking clear.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
I'm
Jonno,
looking forward to this. I enjoy the grid.
yes, I like doing these. Like sometimes I come up with what's a new way to kind of like weirdly build a roster so that I don't just make the same characters over and over again. And I came up with the grid, and it works.
Yeah.
Because the grid can be a random order every time. Which all these characters, John and I helped come up with the whole list, but they were randomly put into their spots. So none of this was planned. I could not tell you where every character is. I couldn't tell you where a small portion of these characters are besides what's currently on the screen. I mean, obviously I can tell you what those are. But, Jonno, if you are ready to begin, would you mind giving me two numbers? Oh, let's kick this off with you here. I want you to give me two numbers between 1 and 20. They can be the same number, and you can give them to me in any order. Just give me two numbers.
Okay, 10.
6. 10, 6. Okay, so that starts us off with Party Phil from Wii Party. What a great starting choice. There's also Wii Party U on the Wii U, and Wii Party actually is the most recent game to get its music put on the Nintendo Music app.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Looks like an egg.
Sure. I mean, that's not like
a little bit
wrong per se. Also, while I'm grabbing the characters here that are going to be in our first debate, as I call them, feel free to talk about whatever, because it's going to take me just a minute to grab all the characters.
Have you played Wii Party?
No, I have played Wii Party U, though.
I don't think I've played any of the Wii. What was your? Do you like Wii Party U?
It's an inferior Mario Party. Like, it's okay. It's clearly supposed to be like a sort of Mario Party type of deal, but it's like, it literally has like a Mario Party mode as one of its modes. But yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Better than Mario Party 9 and 10?
No.
No. Oh,
No?
Well, I'll at least Party Phil is he looks like a nice guy.
Uh-oh. Something's not
If I
right.
were a partier, I would
I,
trust the people named Phil.
I missed it. Oh, I missed a very important character that you would be upset at me for missing. Whoops! I almost Professor Layton was supposed to be in the first matchup, and I accidentally skipped
Ralph
over him.
Layton. Yeah.
All right,
What a
so
sweet man.
Jono, I'm going to tell you two characters' names.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me which one that you think we should prioritize putting into the roster. Uh, if I disagree, I will say something and then we can talk about it. If I don't disagree, well, we'll just keep moving on. So,
Okay.
kicking things
May the
off,
road begin.
indeed. Party Phil or Petey Piranha?
Sorry, Phil. The party was fun while it lasted. Petey Piranha.
Yeah, yeah. Phosphora from Kid Icarus or Type Null from Pokemon?
Oh, interesting. Phosphora?
I was thinking Type Null.
You know, I'm not going to fight you on that because Type Null's from currently the most recent generation, right?
No. Type Null's
No,
from Gen
he's from.
7, Sun and Moon.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But it's a legendary.
Yes, yes it is.
Okay, yeah, let's do Type Null then.
All right. Anna from Fire Emblem or Juro Kurabe from 13 Sentinels? To
Anna.
which you say, who?
I own that game. Never played it yet.
It's good.
That's a surprise, huh?
Next match, oh boy. Bandana D or The Knight from Hollow Knight?
Oh, interesting. I because it's second party Vindanity. He's important enough player 4 character. I guess should consider him for now.
Yeah, when we can't have Kirby Meta Knight or King Dedede, I mean, Bandanity is the next
Oh,
best
I didn't
Kirby
even
rep.
think of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. That's the thing with this. It's like, well, we can't have a Mario, so what does that mean for the roster? Who knows?
Yeah, can't have Mario, can't have Kirby. All that stuff's out the window.
Yep. Heracross or Score Buddy?
Heracross?
Yeah, I think he's way cooler.
Me too.
There is a good amount of Pokemon in this whole grid, but it's kind of the
No,
how do you
naturally.
narrow them down to a small number? It's really difficult. But next
Yeah.
is the Pokemon Ranger or Tails from Sonic.
Ooh. Oh man, sorry, Pokemon Ranger Tails.
I was kind of thinking Ranger, but I'll go with Tails.
Okay.
Quote from Cave Story or the Black Mage from Final Fantasy.
Black Mage.
Yeah, I agree. Zoroark or Chibi Robo?
Oof. Zoroark?
I'm gonna veer Chibi Robo here, and my thought process
Okay.
is there's 1,000 Pokemon. Zoroark is almost 5 generations old, and its illusion ability kind of really doesn't work in Smash. And that's its whole draw.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not inspired by the Zoroark pick, so I'll just say Chibi as well.
All right. Misango from ARMS or Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed?
No. I think Masango's cool, but I'm gonna have to go for Ezio.
Yeah, I agree. 9-Volt from Wario or Alm from Fire Emblem?
Ooh. 9-Volt.
I'll go with that. More Final Fantasy. The Warrior of Light themselves or Cecil Harvey?
Oh. Interesting. This is hard for me because I really like Final Fantasy IV, but I think Warrior of Light. I think just thinking back to Dissidia and the Warrior of Light being like kind of the like loosely main character of that, or at least the focal character, and knowing that he's like very prominent in the first game and marketing for the first game, it's like Warrior Light.
Okay. I was considering Cecil, but I was like, and going through your argument, I was like, yeah, I think in a world where they weren't allowed to use Cloud or Sephiroth, and assuming that they don't go with a different Final Fantasy 7 character entirely, I feel like they would more likely. Well, Square would push for Clive because he's the newest character. But if they didn't have that new game bias, I think they'd go Warrior of Light. Not
Yeah.
that this is more of like a reality thing. This is more of a what we want deal. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
next one, oh no, uh, I already know your
Fuck.
answer. Uh,
I
Donkey Kong Jr. or Ray Mark III from Custom Robo.
um again, if Donkey Kong were there, it would be Ray, but there's no fucking Donkey Kong, so it's DK Jr.
Yep, I'm not even gonna fight. I wouldn't fight for Ray in this case either. With I would fight for somebody else for DKG depending on the character, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ravenbeak or Alf?
Mm. Alf?
I feel Alf. Yeah, if we can't, hey, since Olimar's out, we can keep the
Yeah.
same moveset, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's an upsetting one because Ravenbeak is awesome.
Yeah,
It's like a
he's
badass
also no
character.
longer the new hotness. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so next up we have Adol Kristen of the East Games versus Kazuma Kiryu of Yakuza.
Adal was given a bad role on this one. It's Kiryu.
Yeah, it's Kiryu. The Diver from Endless Ocean. Yeah, a couple of your picks in here, but here the next one, Jill Valentine of Resident Evil.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I Jill.
Yeah, yeah. Next matchup is Meowscarada, the newest grass starter, or the cow.
Holy shit. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I threw it on here, all right.
Fuck. Um Moo moo moo. The cow's coming in.
Honestly, like I feel like I should say Meowscarada here. I really do, but I'm gonna go cow.
I
Next,
also feel that, but hey,
yeah,
whatever.
there's plenty of Pokemon to choose from, you know.
Yeah,
Next
and
we
Trollocs
have
isn't here right now, so.
yes. Next we have Jin Sakai or Subasa or Ribe of Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, repping Mirage Sessions is an interesting thought, but I can't fight my bias for Jen here.
Yeah. Dark Matter of Kirby or Malamar of Pokemon.
Dark Matter.
Yes.
Sorry,
Heihachi.
squid thing.
Yeah. Heihachi Mishima or Midna.
Oh God, man, that sucks because I feel obligated to go Heihachi in a world we don't have Kazuya. What are you thinking?
I think it's hard, Midna. First of all, a
Okay.
Zelda rep and also a good Zelda rep.
True. True. Yeah, this is really turning Zelda on its toes. I mean, there's not going to be many opportunities to try and replicate what Smash has.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I'm not finding these characters that I'm choosing against the one that I would be biased towards, like Midna, to be inspiring enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna like push for Heihachi in an argument. At least not yet. So yeah, Midna.
Oh, that yet will come, I'm sure of it. Next up, back to the top, PD Piranha or Type Null.
um, God, that's kind of difficult because Type Null seems like a more of a higher tier Pokemon pick. Even though there's a lot of Pokemon on the map, but PD is also an identifiable, somewhat recurring Mario character, and who else really on the board hits his status? Um, I think there will be a bunch of Mario characters that may be equitable to him, but not necessarily more important than him. Um, so I'll vote Petey.
Interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
was going type no. A lot of good warrior characters have been chosen. There are still some ones that like are on the grid that are good options as well.
Mm-hmm.
But with a sheer number of Pokemon, I'll bow to PD Piranha for now.
Okay.
Next up, we have Anna versus Bandana D.
Oh. Oh God. Why?
Because
Um.
the grid giveth and the grid taketh away.
Anna.
Oh, not the name I expected you to say. I thought this would be like a yeah, we kind of got to do Bandana D here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the bold faced bias coming out. She's a Fire Emblem character ubiquitous to the series at large, like very few characters are. She does appear in a variety of different ways. I think you kind of pull from that personality of her being like kind of greedy, stingy merchant, jack of all trades type character with a bunch of different weapons. That would be an interesting way to represent Fire Emblem. Like in a world where Fire Emblem may have one character to represent itself,
Better Anna
that's a
than
good character.
Takumi.
God, better fucking Walhart than Takumi.
I might fight you on that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Next is Heracross or Tails.
Um, Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Mage or Chibi Robo.
Oh God. Um, Black Mage.
I actually think with Chibi Robo. I'd rather
Oh,
get.
okay.
I think its status as an unrep Nintendo puts it above the Black Mage. Now, if it was Warrior of Light versus Chibi Robo, I might change my mind. But I think I'd put it over Black
Yeah,
Mage.
I was kind of torn on like my perception of the status of Black Mage versus Warrior of Light.
Mm-hmm.
Like one seems more ubiquitous, one seems more important to like the story of the franchise.
Yeah.
Um, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Chibi Robo it is.
All right. Next is Ezio Auditore or 9 Volt.
Uh, 9 Volt's a great character to represent WarioWare, while also pulling back into a bunch of retro callbacks. But again, Ezio's a pretty high profile third party, so I am torn, but I think my vote edges out to Ezio.
Yeah, I think it's easy. Ezio. 9 Volt would be great, but I think Ezio is just like a stronger character choice. And there are several other Wario options on the grid.
That's true.
Next matchup is Warrior of Light or Donkey Kong Jr.
Warrior of Light.
What?
I'm assuming there are other DK reps on the board, and Warrior of Light is again. It's not like this will be the argument for every character in the Warrior of Light shoes. For right now, I'm thinking like Warrior of Light is to Final Fantasy, as Martha is to Fire Emblem. Like it's kind of, it feels like an important thing to stump for, and until you kind of don't.
Mm-hmm. I was prepared to remove Warrior of Light from the debate here. Okay. Wow. Next is Alf or Cosmic Kiryu.
Uh, Gotta be Alph, I guess. I'm picking
Yeah,
this important.
it is. It is. Next up is Jill Valentine or the Cow.
um, I hate myself for saying it, but the cow.
I I thought I was going to
She
say Jill
pushes her
Valentine.
zombie at you
Fuck
and
it.
was brainwashed that one time.
Ugh, let's
But
not talk
hey,
about that one.
I know.
Next is Jin Sakai or Dark Matter.
Oh, um, interesting because Dark Matter is a cool character.
And a villain.
And we're not going and a villain. And Jen brings a lot to the table. He's from a popular new franchise, Sony, uh, high profile stance change samurai ninja thing. Uh, you know, uh, maybe I might go dark matter. What are you thinking?
I was thinking dark matter.
Yeah, that's crazy, but I think so.
All right. And Midna or Professor Layton?
Shit, Midna.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I got to move the characters up here to figure out what the next set of matchups is going to be. Give me just a minute. Okay. So, next Warrior of Light or Petey Piranha?
Uh, Warrior Light.
Yeah. Dark Matter or Cow?
You know what? I feel increasingly foolish. I'm gonna stamp my vote in for Cow and see what you say.
Cow. Anna or Midna?
Ooh, gosh. Midna's a really good character to represent Zelda. She is from a beloved title. Really, not a lot of controversy around Twilight Princess. Uh, just all the magic and the wolf of it all. Anna, we kind of talked her through already. Both of these characters are top tier, top of their class for their respective series. Um, Maybe it's just because I want to see Zelda do better here than it has in reality in Smash. I'll go Midna.
I am also a vote for Midna. Ezio Auditore or Chibi Robo?
I'll go Ezio.
Okay. Warrior of Light or Cow?
Oh, the sacrilege. Cow.
Midna or Ezio Auditore?
Hmm. Midna.
Alf or Tails?
Alf.
Midna or Alf?
Alf.
Oh, I'm thinking Midna.
Okay, let's talk it out. I said Alf because he is someone who can preserve the identity of the like Pikmin Captain moveset now that Olimar's no longer on the table, and Pikmin is a franchise that I ultimately want to see represented on the board. That's kind of it. No detriment, no cons that Midna has though.
Yeah. None of these characters really have cons. It's just like, okay, do you want to guarantee a Pikmin rep,
Right.
or do you want to guarantee a Zelda rep? We know
Yeah.
exactly how Alf would play, and we more or less have discussed how Midna would play. My
Um.
big clincher is just I think Zelda is bigger than Pikmin.
Oh, undoubtedly, and especially in the last generation, like Breath of the Wild outsold Odyssey even, and it's ridiculous that current Smash and our reality is treating Zelda the way that it is. Um, okay, fine. Midna, I will relent.
All right, Midna or Cow?
Cow, baby.
I'm sticking by my with Midna. What there's merit to Cow. You're gonna need to pitch me here.
um, we discussed this in the past. Cal can be a composite character. So you have the Cal, but you also have other characters from like the stock of Mario Kart Tour. So you're representing Cal. You can have a Shy Guy in the cart. You can have Contour in the cart. Dry Bones in the cart. Pianta in the cart. So you're representing like the world of Mario Kart through this character. So it's not just that the cow is this funny thing, this meme. You're also representing like the incredibly strong arm that is like this sales juggernaut that Mario Kart is. System seller families gather around to enjoy this series, and you're finally representing it in like the single composite character that actually has like multiple alternate costumes that are different characters. So you have Cow and all these other guys, and Mario Kart is massive. So this is an opportunity in a weird way, in a funny way, to represent a franchise that's actually very important and recognizable.
Now, Jonno, I told you that you're going to have to really pitch this to me.
Yeah.
And I hate that you did. So we somehow end up with the Mario Kart Moo Meadows cow as the first character in our no veterans allowed
Yeah.
Smash Brothers roster. What the fuck?
Oh man, this is a series highlight. Incredible, amazing, amazing. We're off to such a good start. We might as well stop now. Oh man,
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
nothing better than this.
What have I allowed? Okay, it's
the
time to get our
moo-moos are
next
middle.
set.
Yeah.
And oh boy, I can already tell that this is going to be a lengthy episode. We're going to have a problem later. But, what? Okay, that's weird. So the next one we're going to is going to be Dr. Wright. It's going to be the starting position for our next debate.
Oh.
Dr. Wright, who was created to be based off of Will Wright, the original creator of the SimCity games. But since Nintendo completely published SimCity on the Super Nintendo, they actually own the rights to the character, which is kind of fucking weird when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that character's going to be in discussion again. Okay. All right.
Dr. Wright. I like his hair. It's green. Kind of looks like a butt.
I was going to say it looks like a bush, but okay.
It kind of looks like a bush that's cut to be looking like a butt.
Okay.
His mustache is interesting. I think it's just at length enough. He has a trustworthy smile. Yeah, you could tell there's determination behind his eyes.
He really wants to help that city prosper, you know?
He's definitely a businessman. Like he's cut out for the job. But it's really up to you as the player to make sure that he does the job right.
Indeed, it is. Well,
you know, Wright is also the name of Phoenix Wright, and it's also the name of the Wright brothers who made the airplane.
Oh, the Phoenix Wright is on the grid. The Wright brothers, however, are not on the grid because they are real people. I think.
Not anymore.
I know. I might be being lied to by the Matrix, but I'm pretty sure they're real people. You know. Any hoodle. First question: Dr. Wright or Mudkip?
Oh my god. Fuck. I'm not like torn on this. I just think it's funny. Dr. Wright. Oh my god.
I honestly would go either way here because like, hey, a Pokemon starter. But I'm good with Dr. Wright.
Yeah, I heard you like Dr. Wright.
Yeah, a bit. Next, Goku from Yuyuki, not Dragon Ball. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Or Kurogunk.
Man. Goku.
Yeah. Actually, that is my bias coming in hardcore. I should really be saying Kurogunk, but and it's also this is our bias. What am I talking about? This ain't a real shit. This is a bias shit. Fuck me. Next up, Rick from Kirby. You could maybe have Kaioku in there, but this one is just called Rick. Or Blathers.
No. Rick.
I could go either way, but I do like Rick.
So this it's a bias thing.
Yeah. So this next one is actually a brand new character. And I don't really know how to say the name entirely, if I should be saying it by the letters or just what it looks like it should read as. But I'm going to say View 995 or VUE 995, which is the big robot in Metroid Prime 4 that is an ally to you.
Let me look that up.
And their opponent is Neku Sakuraba from The World Ends With You.
Oh. Oh. Why do I get pairs of glasses when I look this character up? Hold on a second.
Who, View or Neku?
There it is. View. It's like, what? Okay, there it is. That's cool. That's cool looking.
It fires the missiles.
Yeah. In a world without Samus and Ridley, I guess Metroid takes precedence and we vote for this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, View then?
Yeah, that would be my vote.
All right.
Even though Neku's cool.
Yeah. Granbull or Mike Jones of Star Tropics?
I'm gonna do something funny here and say Granbull.
Yeah, I agree. Easy.
A fairy type now, so that's bonus.
Yeah. Hisuian Typhlosion or Primid? Listen, in a grid of 400 characters, some of them are going to be a little funny.
Yeah, they are. They are. I'm so tempted to say Primid, but we just gave it to Cow, so I'm a little less attached to the meme now. So I guess Hisuian Typhlosion.
All right. Petey Piranha or Maka from Magical Star Sign?
No, Maka's cool. Petey.
Okay. Duat or Jonesy of Fortnite?
Oh, God. Duat.
Cranky Kong or Masked Man of Earthbound?
No, topical Cranky Kong.
I agree.
Yeah.
Surfetched or Clefairy?
Surfetched?
Yeah, Clefairy is on the grid because it was originally going to be the mascot. Yeah. I was like, I wanted to give it that nod at the very least. But yeah, Surfetched would be so cool.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Toad or Cadence from Necrodancer?
Toad.
Yeah. A lot of Mario here. King Bob-omb or Ephraim?
King Bob-omb would be cool. I like him. I mean, that would be such an interesting, off kilter choice that would work. But I'll go Ephraim.
Yeah. Azura from Fire Emblem Fates or Sheldon from Splatoon?
Interesting. You get another Lance user, a character who was woefully underutilized in Fates, who looks fucking cool and has cool abilities and aesthetics, who could be given her chance again, or a minion with a penchant for war. Sheldon, I think, is my choice here.
Yeah, I could go either way here, especially this early in the game, but I'm good with Sheldon.
Okay.
Now here's one that might throw you for a loop. We've got Woolly Yoshi or Excite Biker.
That's funny, because Woolly Yoshi is your bid at just having Yoshi, but made of wool.
Yeah.
Essentially.
They're different.
Instead of like an incredible flutter, like his wool comes undone under his feet and makes a helicopter. Like, that's different. Woolly Yoshi or who? Well, I totally lost track.
Excite Biker.
Oh, that would be cool, but Woolly Yoshi, because it's funny.
I do think Woolly Yoshi legitimately. Zant or Me Musician?
Oh, that's interesting. Zant is not like a super up there Zelda choice necessarily for me, but we also don't have Zelda on the map yet. Like, he's an option. Me musician? I feel torn on that.
You know, I feel like I should say Zant, but having the return of some kind of me, just a different type of me, I do think is an
Hmm.
interesting thought.
I agree, and it may not come all the way through, but it might. Just for now.
Hmm. Big Boss from Metal Gear or Marks from Kirby.
God damn it!
Hey, that we have
Fuck.
Snake in Smash, but that's like
I
mostly
know.
Solid Snake. This would be like, hey, it's a different character technically.
I know. And there are definitely ways to make him different. In a way, in a vacuum, anyway. Like, um, you have a parachute thing instead of the camera that Snake flows up with in the cipher.
Yeah,
Um, gosh, I am so down to put Metal Gear on the map, but Marx is also the best Kirby character. Marx,
Marks.
yeah,
Halucha or the Ring Fit Trainee.
Halucha.
Yeah. Well, You know what?
Hmm.
Yes, because of Legends ZA and it just got a mega. Otherwise, I probably would have said Trainee.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Clonoa or
Mhm.
Lycanroc.
Oh, interesting.
Note that I am
I'm gonna
not
say Klonoa, but
specifying
I could
what form
be.
of Lycanroc. I'm just saying it as Lycanroc.
Yeah, I'll say Klonoa, but I could be convinced otherwise. Like, it's not like a hard push.
If we were closer to Sun and Moon, I would go Lycanroc, but I'm good with going Clonoa.
Okay, yeah. I just remember there being so much to do about Lycanroc when like those games came out.
Because it's fucking cool. And one of its
Yeah.
forms is borderline a werewolf.
Shit, should we go Lycanroc?
I mean, do you want to say that this Lycanroc is Lycanroc Midnight, or do you want to leave it undeclared?
Whatever's cooler.
I mean, Midnight is the werewolf form. Midday is just wolf on its all four legs normally, with rocks poking out of its neck.
No, it's cool. Is there a way it can transform?
No.
You do both. Oh well, yeah, it's the werehog one.
Okay. Lycanroc Midnight or Klonoa then.
Uh, the Lycanroc one, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry, Klonoa.
Dr. Wright or Goku?
Hmm. We're already starting to kind of edge into the territory. It's like Dr. Wright's more recognizable. Goku has a cooler like kit. Goku.
I was actually thinking Dr. Wright because I think he could be more
Oh,
unique as a fighter
really?
in what he
Okay.
does. Like springing buildings up
Goku's
from under people or creating disasters. Goku is admittedly much of the character. He kind of flies around on an object, a cloud, and then he hits people with his stick. I'm oversimplifying, but
okay. Okay. Yeah.
comparatively.
Magic and ooh ah ah. But yeah. Okay. I mean, Goku's your thing. So if you're going up against Goku this time, I'll join you and say Dr. Wright.
All right. Rick or View 995.
Ba 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 view.
Okay. Grand Bull or Hisuian type Lotion.
It's interesting. Uh, if Arceus were the most recent Legends, I would go Typhlosion, but I think Granbull.
I'll go with Grand Bull.
Okay.
Petey Piranha or Duat.
Um, Petey, maybe.
I lean Duat. I don't have a strong thought here.
Do what I just think starter water, so that it has that going for it.
Yeah, and a mid stage, which we
Uh,
haven't had. Well, outside of Ivysaur, we have no other mid stages, or have had no other mid stages.
okay, do what then.
Okay. Cranky Kong or Surfetched.
Hmm. Wow. Cranky.
Yeah, no contest. Toad or Ephraim? This one's a little bit harder, I think.
It is. Ah, gosh, I guess Toad. Toad is an important character. There's a lot you can pull from like the 2D and like any appearance he's in, which is a lot. Um, so like Cow, it's like a catch-all kind of thing. You can have like Party and the 2D games represented pretty well with Toad. So I guess Toad.
Yeah.
Even though Ephraim is a choice Fire Emblem character.
If we were talking about like normal additions to a Smash roster, I will pick Ephraim over Toad. And I would pick other Mario characters over Toad as well. But in this scenario, we can't pick anybody that has already been in Smash. I think Toad is the strongest Mario choice outside of perhaps one.
The one we already chose.
Nope. Somebody else. We might get to talk about depending on how the grid behaves. Next, Sheldon or Woolly Yoshi.
Woolly Yoshi has reason to be there, like Yoshi sub in, maybe Woolly Yoshi.
I was thinking Sheldon.
Okay. Again, like I'm tentative about most of these picks. So Sheldon's fine.
Me Musician or Marks?
Marks.
Halucha or Lycanroc Midnight?
Oh, this is tougher. Just based on the very little I know of these two characters, I'll say Halucha.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, setting up the next set of matchups. Gotta shift them around. Let's see. First matchup is Dr. Wright or Sheldon?
Sheldon?
Yeah. Duat or Marks?
Marks.
Ryoma or Toad?
Sorry, my second favorite lobster, Toad.
View 995 or Cranky Kong?
Cranky.
Granbull or Halucha?
Halucha.
Sheldon or Marks?
Marks.
Toad or Cranky Kong?
Wow. For the discussion we had prior, Toad.
I was going to lean Cranky Kong, if only because this is round two. This is the second matchup. We've already got a Mario character with Cow. We can get a Donkey Kong character with Cranky. They're both strong picks, though.
Okay. And there's always a chance we can revisit Toad, theoretically.
Yeah.
Okay. Cranky it is.
Marks or Cranky Kong?
Fuck. That's the $1,000,000 question.
Yeah, this is a harder match. Difficult.
Marks is an iconic Kirby villain from one of the most celebrated Kirby games. We would love for him to be realized. We know this. We have an incredible bias for Marks. There's also one for Cranky, though. He's fucking hilarious. He's from Donkey Kong. There's who else is on the board? Really, Dixie. So
I'm not
this
telling.
is one of your this is one of your better, more realizable shots for DK though. I'll go with my heart because that's trying to strike logic with all of these choices is just not gonna. It's gonna keep us here. Is what it's gonna do.
Yep.
So I'll say Cranky.
Okay, Cranky Kong or Halucha?
Cranky.
I agree. Okay, so Cranky Kong is our second character. Gotta find him on the grid so I can mark off his competitors. Because, oh man, that he's knocking out Lanky Kong. That's right. You were talking about one of the DK characters could be here. That's right, motherfucker. Lanky Kong is on the grid. And if he's here, I wonder who else is.
Lanky, stick a fork in that orangutan. Oh, he killed Shantae. Sorry, Shantae.
Rip. Okay, next
And
set of numbers.
Ninjago.
Ninjago.
Oh, need a Lego.
Oh,
Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Get glasses. Next spot on the grid we're going to hit up is 517. So that's going to be
okay.
Mike Hagar of Final Fight.
Strong start.
He's the mayor of Metro City, and he kicks some fucking ass.
He's here to take the bubble gum and kick some names, or however that goes.
Yeah.
You know, I don't normally like the shirtless look on these guys, but he rocks it pretty well. I mean, I think it's the overalls that he sometimes wears does it for him.
I mean, his body is also the size of 3 other men's bodies. This man is the literal definition of a beefcake. Like, Jesus
Yeah, right.
Christ.
So someone put him into competition with Cal over there. We'll see how that goes.
The cow's
Oh
going to be
my
eaten in
God.
one bite. He's
Yeah,
not even.
right.
Mike's not even going to get a chance to taste it. It's just going to be swallow and whole. It's just done. Oh my God! I just saw a matchup we're gonna have. This is gonna be funny. Oh boy, that's a slaughter
great.
waiting to
That's
happen.
great.
Oh boy,
I'm looking at these guys. Yeah, this is pretty. Pollo, Kirby. I can hear you.
Okay, speaking of Kirby, Mike Hagar or Magalore?
If I liked Mangalore more, this would be a bigger fight. Mike.
Okay, I was gonna say Magalore, but I'll let that statement speak for itself. Lara Croft or Celica?
Wow. Laura Croft.
Yeah, like I feel like we do need to have Fire Emblem, but an icon of gaming like Lara Croft is gonna beat Celica. What's that? More
Yeah,
Fire Emblem, you say?
I don't foresee a lot of things beating a character like Laura Croft, but we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Next up, Leon of Fire Emblem or Lolo and Lala. Now, note, this is not Lolo and Lalala. This is Lolo and Lala of The Adventures of Lolo.
I like Lolo and Lala, but I mean, Leon is a top choice character. We talked about why recently, so.
Yes, actually. Diana of the upcoming game Pragmata, who is on the grid because the game is coming to Switch, versus Orbulon.
Is that like blonde baby?
I would not call them a baby, but it is the blonde girl that is more or less like the little girl to the big daddy, but in a Capcom game. Like you play as her and the other
Okay,
guy.
interesting. Do we know kind of like what they can do yet?
Uh,
Huh.
uh,
Yeah, and it's okay. So it's her versus. Sorry, I've lost track again.
Orbulon from WarioWare.
I'll just say Orbulon.
Okay. Gardevoir or Gruntilda?
Oh, wow, that's Gruntilda because it's funny.
Yeah. Camilla or Claude?
Oh, speaking of funny, Claude.
I thought we were gonna go Camilla.
I mean, I guess I shouldn't have the bias against the character. I can't blame her for fan reactions. But I mean, there's also some things the developers did with her cutscenes that are cringy. But then again, Axe character. Okay, fine, Camilla.
Okay. Rash from Battletoads or Toad's Cruel from Pokemon? Two toads of different sorts.
Toad-Scroll, is that like the land walking muddy guy?
It's the land walking Tentacruel.
That is so fucking weird.
I fucking so love it.
Just Rash is cool. Battletoads is important. Let's do the walking squid.
Okay. Agnes Oblige of Bravely Default or Hakun from Suit Hakun.
Interesting. The Agnes, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though Hawken would be so funny. I mean, he sucks and blows paint.
The Dragon Lord of Dragon Quest One or Adol Kristen of Ys?
Dragon Lord.
I
What are you
okay.
thinking?
I mean, I feel like we can't have the hero, so Dragon Quest is hard to represent. Dragon Lord or the Slime is kind of the best choices, or a popular party member. Whereas Adult is the
Mm-hmm.
star of a long running franchise.
He is just one that has skirted under the radar for as long as it's been around. Like Dragon Quest is such a formidable franchise; it's hard to fight against. But
True, true.
uh, I mean, I was torn as well because Adal is a well-rounded character. There's a lot of base magic he can use, and like on a general Smash roster, he'd be kind of boring, honestly. But here could work. You know,
Yeah.
uh, are you feeling any sort of way? Would you your votes for Adal?
I mean, your argument actually kind of pushed me back towards Dragon Lord about how like yeah, the series is very under the radar in the general gamer sphere.
Yeah. It's like a lot of gamers know about it, but you also have to be a gamer to know about it. Dragon Quest is in the public eye.
Yeah, especially Japan's
Yeah,
public
okay.
eye.
Yeah,
It was
Dragon Lord.
actually just featured very recently in a McDonald's commercial.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and they created a whole logo of Dragon Quest M, and it looked like it looks so bad because you have like Roman numeral 5 and then Roman numeral ones to the left and right of it. It's like that's not a number. I get you're trying to make an M, but this looks so bad. I hate it. Just make it be an
Maybe
M
the
and not
Dragon Lord
three
can
Roman
eat a Big
numerals.
Mac.
They're promoting like three special burgers that you can get in Japan with this commercial. I don't remember what they are because I'm a picky ass eater, but yeah, it's a thing. It just happened.
Maybe it's a Dragon Burger.
Maybe. Next up is Jibanyan from Yokai
Okay.
Watch or Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh, interesting. We have a lot of Pokemon on the board and Pokemon knockoffs too. Chibanian's cool. Fire based, kind of like starter Pokemon esque, but it's the ghost of a cat that got killed by a car. Um, Arthur is sick. I mean, I would actually, I think, Arthur's one of those things for me. I would like personally be pretty invested in his inclusion. I think it would be really cool, even though there's a billion other Capcom characters you can choose. Um, but for that argument that I just made, there's a billion other Capcom characters you can choose. So I'll say Jibanyan.
Okay. Next up is Darmanitan or Hades from Kid Icarus.
Yeah, I like Darmanitan. I'll say Darmanitan.
I'm shocked at that. I'll go with that, but I'm
I
shocked.
mean, it looks cool.
I do agree. He is a really cool Pokemon. Next up is Laura and Jen from Xenoblade or Sans.
Yeah. Oh God. Um, it's about bias, you say. Um, Laura and Jin.
All right. Hey, remember when we had Claude? Dimitri or Braixen?
Oh, I was like, what the hell is that? It's the fox from Pokemon. Uh, Dimitri.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Kumatora or Twintel from Arms?
Oh, Kumatora, solid PSI user.
Hey, remember when we had Claude and Dimitri? Edelgard or
Yeah,
Ty from Ty the Tasmanian Tiger?
I remember when I was a the Tasmanian Tiger in 20 whatever, and Edelgard came out and killed me. Edelgard.
Prince Sable from the Frog for the Bell Frog Tolls game, or Big Boss from Metal Gear.
Uh, a big boss.
Decidui or Vince of Art Academy?
Sorry, Vince. This is Joy.
Mike Hagar or Lara Croft?
Dang. Sorry to one of my favorite video game himbos, Lara Croft.
Leon or Orbulon?
Uh, uh, um, what's your vote?
Um, take the Fire Emblem over the Wario.
Okay, me too.
Gruntilda or Camilla?
Gruntilda.
Okay. Toad's Cruel or Anyas?
I should say Anya's. Um, so I will. What about you?
Uh, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Dragon Lord or Jibanyan?
Dragon Lord.
Darmanitan or Laura and Jin?
Darmanitan.
Dimitri or Kumatora?
Dimitri.
Edelgard or Big Boss?
Edelgard.
Decidueye or Henry Fleming of Codename Steam?
Just a joy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next one is going to be Decidueye or Gruntilda?
Decidueye.
Lara Croft or Darmanitan?
Lara Croft.
Leon or Dragon Lord?
Ooh. Leon.
Agnes or Edelgard?
Edelgard.
Decidueye or Lara Croft?
Now this is interesting. One of your most primo, legacy, legendary, iconic third parties you can go for, or one of the better Pokemon. And you want Pokemon on the board. Like at some point that needs to happen. Um, it feels like sacrilege to not say Laura. But what are you thinking?
I mean, there are a lot of Pokemon on the board, so that's not a big
Mm-hmm.
concern. Decidueye is a top tier choice, in my opinion. Lara Croft is a top tier third party choice. And we also just recently at the Game Awards this last year, we got not
Mm-hmm.
only news of a remake of the original Tomb Raider, but also confirmation that we're getting a whole new Tomb Raider period.
Yeah, thank goodness. Okay, it sounds like you're leaning Laura, and I should agree, so I'll say Laura.
Leon or Edelgard?
Edelgard.
Edelgard or Lara Croft?
Remember all that stuff you said about Lara Croft?
I sure do.
I sure do too. It's so hard because Edelgard is an awesome character. Like really, one of the very best you can do for Fire Emblem. Um, and Edelgard is my vote.
Okay, I'll go for that. Edelgard
Okay.
or Dimitri?
Edelgard.
All right, Edelgard is the third character on our roster.
You're right. This is our biases.
Of course it is. What else would this be?
Yeah.
It's our fucking show.
Hell yeah.
All right. So let's knock out some characters here due to Edelgard's victory. All right. Next. Oh,
Goodbye.
these didn't get crossed out earlier. Whoopsies. There we go. Next up. Ooh, okay. Next centerpiece is Alolan Marowak.
Nice.
Definitely a
I forgot what that looked
favorite
like.
for me. There's a lot of Gen
Yeah.
7 Pokemon that I really like, that I think are good fitting choices for Smash. Honestly, it might be the generation after Gen 1 where it's like I feel like there's the most potential here.
Oh, that's sick. I like that.
Yeah. The only real downside to Alolan Marowak is it doesn't really learn fire type moves naturally. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Mhm.
You made it be Ghost Fire, but where is its fire?
Yeah. Somewhere in the moveset that we pretend we have made for it here.
I want to someday. We'll see.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, nearly got the group for this matchup. We got some interesting choices. The return of a few we've already discussed. We'll see how it shakes
All right,
out.
Padre. We're gonna shake, shake,
First,
shake it out. Yeah.
first matchup here is going to be Alolan Marowak or Gengar.
Oh God. Wow. You know what? I like Gengar a lot. I think there's a lot of credence to Gengar being in Smash, like even just like real life Smash. But I'm new to this Alolan Marowak game, and you are bigger on Pokemon than I am. So what? I'll defer to your vote.
My vote, despite my love, is actually for Gengar. I think Gengar is just mm, like they're both really good ghosts. Gen 7, Gen 1. We've got a lot of Gen 1 already in Smash. Meh. Yeah, but this is a brand new roster. Pikachu and all of them are gone. Gengar is one of the
Hmm.
best options that we can do to represent Gen 1. Granted, there's also still Meowth, there's Blastoise. But
Hmm.
Gengar is a very, very solid pick.
What stands out for me for Gengar is that it's one of the first two Pokemon you see ever.
Yeah, Gengar and
Yep.
Nidorino.
Yep.
Is that what we're going with then?
Oh yeah, Gengar.
Okay. Next, the oh dear, the Balloon Fighter or Zero for the Mega Man franchise.
Holy fuck. That's gonna be like, oh yeah, Balloon Fighter, not Zero.
Yeah,
Sorry, the Balloon
yeah,
Fighter.
that's a hard match. Chosen
Yeah.
Undead of Dark Souls or Cuphead.
Oh, nice. I'll give the indies a nod here and say Cuphead.
Uh, I wouldn't call him an indie. He's made by Microsoft now. They bought their studio
Oh,
before, while the game was still in
I forgot
development.
about forgot about that.
Yeah.
Um, Still Cuphead. I think.
Okay,
I don't know. It just feels more like Smash aligned. I don't
I agree. Next is Tingle from Zelda or Geese
know.
Howard from Fatal Fury.
Tingle is gonna push Geese out of a window.
Paper Mario. Yeah, this is the one I was
I knew
alluding to. Or Big Man from Splatoon.
it. Big Man. What about Big L? Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's no contest.
Yeah.
Pooh from
Yeah.
Earthbound or Foreman Spike.
Pooh.
Yeah. Kamek
Yeah.
or Skull Kid.
Oh God. Um, Skull Kid.
Okay. Starfy
Yeah.
or the crewmate from Among Us.
Murphy.
I agree. Chun Li
Yeah.
or Darkrai.
Chun Li.
Ragna the Blood Edge of Blast Blue. Or, and I'm being cheeky with this one, Alex of Minecraft.
Ragnus cool. Um, Sword based like 2D fighting combo, unique. Uh, Alex is cheeky. I almost want to vote against her just for that, but also important. Minecraft. Alex, I guess is my vote.
Okay. I mean, hey, she's technically just a costume for Steve, right? If we're
Yeah,
allowing
we did that with
Alf,
Alf
then
as well.
Alex
So,
is
hmm
allowed. Mr.
Yeah, they even
Rossetti.
have the same first two letters.
Yes. Mr. Rossetti or Poppy Alpha of Xenoblade?
Poppy Alpha.
Yeah. Arthur or
Again,
Duster of Earthbound?
yes. Oh, Arthur.
Ryu Hayabusa or the recently discussed Arvis from Fire Emblem?
Oh, interesting.
Actually, was that recently discussed or was
I
that last? Or is that the next episode? No, it can't. Wait,
It was
no.
the last episode.
Okay. I don't remember what's happening.
um Arvis again, like I'm actively stumping for Arvis now, as it were. There's a tiebreaker in the mist. But I think here I will say Mr. Morgan.
What?
What?
Who's Morgan?
Who?
Ryu Hayabusa or Arvis from Fire Emblem?
I thought you said Arthur Morgan. Wow, I'm totally
Oh
all
my
over the
god.
place right now. Yeah, that guy. That makes it easy then. Ryu Hayabusa. Here I was thinking we're dealing with a cowboy.
Anna or Adelaine?
Uh, hmm. Anna?
Yeah. Rashid of Street Fighter or Rick from Kirby?
Mm, Rick?
Darunia from Zelda or Crash Bandicoot?
I want Zelda on the map, but Crash is also an undeniable third party. So it's Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the top, Gengar or Zero?
Ooh,
Tough choice.
I might say Gengar. You know, just given
I
the precedents we already talked about.
I think so too. If it was
Yeah.
Zero against like
Crazy.
Bayleaf, I would say Zero.
Yeah.
Cuphead or Tingle?
Tingle.
Paper Mario or Pooh?
Paper Mario.
Skull Kid or Starfy?
Skull Kid.
Chun Li or Alex?
I'm gonna say Chun Li.
I agree. Poppy Alpha or Arthur?
Poppy Alpha.
Ryu Hayabusa or Anna?
Fuck. Um, Anna.
Rick or Crash Bandicoot?
Crash.
Elma or Gengar? Elma from Xenoblade, I should say.
Gengar.
Anna or Crash
Gengar.
Bandicoot?
Hmm. I'm gonna say Anna.
Chun Li or Poppy Alpha?
Chun Li.
Tingle or Skull Kid?
That's a toughie. Um, I I almost feel like saying Tingle because he's like more series representative. What do you think?
I agree with that notion that Tingle kind of hits the series in a wider span and also had its own games.
Yeah.
Gengar or Anna?
Gengar.
Chun Li or Tingle?
Ooh. You know what? I'll say Tingle again.
Gengar or Paper Mario?
Oh, wow. Uh,
Yeah, that's hard.
it is, but I'm gonna view it from the lens of many Pokemon versus perhaps a single chance to get Paper Mario on the map. So Paper Mario.
Paper Mario or Tingle?
Paper Mario.
All right. Paper Mario hitting the board. The fourth character. All
Sweet.
right. So, where is he on my grid? He is right there. Let's knock some
Good old
characters out of round
Happy
one.
Mario. Oh, some. There's always going to be heavy hitters, but yeah, Rip Lindis, I see, and Rick for now, and Anna
All right, next up, we are
Crash.
going to start with Cosmos of Xenosaga. Yes,
A
yes, I know
strong
exactly
start,
what you're thinking about.
given her lore. Yes.
Yeah, the surprising lore we learned last season was like, wait, what the fuck do you mean this is this character's actual origin? Huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna spoil it, but I will say it's of biblical proportions.
It's, the people that make the Xeno games, yeah, they really know how to fucking throw you for a goddamn loop, don't they?
Yeah, a
Uh,
real god damn loop.
Yeah, like I thought, their Xenoblade stuff was like, oh man, you guys are dicks sometimes, it seems like. It's like, oh no, you've always been doing this kind of nonsense. Okay. All right. I see you.
Arguably much more intensely with these Cosmos games.
I mean,
At least in
the
a
little piece of Cosmos
such
trivia is the only thing I know about the Xenosaga games. Sadly, I do want to play them, but they're kind of trapped on old platforms,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it hard.
I know
But
Jesus is there. That's also a plus.
our first matchup here is Cosmos or Linkle.
Cosmos.
King Hippo or Ayumi Tachibana of Famicom Detective Club.
That's interesting. I feel like they're on pretty even footing. I may veer more into the genre that I'm interested in, so Ayumi would be my vote.
I also vote for Ayumi.
Okay.
Tara Branford of Final Fantasy VI or Sigma
Mm-hmm.
of Mega Man X.
What the Sigma? Um, Terra.
Blinky from Pac-Man, the Red Ghost. Or Cat and Anna from Wario.
Would his alts be the other ghosts?
Obviously. And they all show up in the final
I'm
smash.
just Blinky. Blinky is my vote.
Snip and Clip of Snipperclips or Silux of Metroid.
Silux.
Cleavor from Pokemon or Jimmy T from WarioWare.
Ha ha. I like Jimmy. You know, I feel like I'm okay with throwing him a bone here, but what about you?
I actually agree with that, largely because I think Cleavor, to me, it feels awkward on its animation of how it would attack with its axe arms.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a Pokemon that speaks to me, honestly. I know a lot of other people like it a lot.
Yeah, it's symbolic of Legends Arceus. It's the first lore that you
Mm-hmm.
face.
Yeah.
Mai Shiranui of Fatal Fury or Infernape of Pokemon.
Well, on one hand, they did always say that we were good boys. But that could go against my actually.
She's got the new outfit now.
Hmm.
Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just messing around, but I mean, she's another really important third party. But Infernape too. I mean, again, I'm just always going back to like starter Pokemon archetype, fire type. Um, I want to go for my here.
Okay. Kumatora or Susie from Kirby.
Oh, uh, Kumatora because it feels good having Kumatora be the singular potential mother rep. It feels kind of weird having Susie be the singular Kirby rep.
Okay. Jeff of Earthbound or the Labo Man.
Labo would be so much more interesting and funny, but I'll say Jeff.
Viola of Bayonetta, or Karate Joe from Rhythm Heaven?
Oh, Viola. Spoilers is technically the new Bayonetta, kind of, and that's cool. But also, Bayonetta 3 didn't make the mark that it could have, and I like Rhythm Heaven, so I'll say Karate Joe.
I'll go with that too. Mallow of Pushmo, or the only other non-Pokemon Pokemon rep, Lusamine.
Interesting. Um, how would she fight, do you think?
Well, she'd be throwing down Pokemon and having summoning them out to do attacks, and then her final smash is Neo Lego possessing her.
Okay, Lusamine.
Chun Li or Chell from Portal.
Oh, God. Wow. Um, Chun-Li, though.
The Warrior of Light or Taj from Diddy Kong Racing.
The Warrior of Light.
Taranza from Kirby or Azura from Fire Emblem.
Oh, interesting. Azura.
Freya from Zangeki no Regenlieve or Aeron from Pandora's Tower.
Kind of hitting the Jonno corner here. Um, Aaron.
Cosmos or Ayumi Tachibana.
Mm. Cosmos?
Tara Branford or Blinky.
Even the sentence is fucking funny. Um, oh, wow. Um, I can't believe I'm kind of caught on this because Tara is such an incredible character. But also, is this your ability to represent Pac-Man without Pac-Man? And that's kind of it. Ba, 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 ba. I will say Tara.
Silux or Jimmy T.
Silex.
Mai Shiranui or Kumatora.
You know what? Kumatora.
Jeff or Karate Joe. I think John just died.
Jeff, I suppose.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah.
Lusamine or Chun Li.
I'll again. What's your thought here?
Uh, hmm.
I know, right?
I think I lean Chun Li.
Okay, I do too. It's yeah, the concept of Lusamine is cool.
Yeah, if we had picked another Pokemon already, then I would be more willing to go Lusamine, but I would rather have a normal Pokemon first before we have a human. If we're gonna have a
Okay,
human representing Pokemon, like solely, I will pick the Ranger over Lusamine.
or Mirror B.
Not on the grid. The Piccolo, however, we'll talk about it.
Oh,
The Warrior of Light or Azura. Azura. Why
Warrior of
did I say
Light.
that weird? Aeron or Dr. Luigi.
I'm. There's a curveball. Oh man,
Hey, we can't have Luigi or
it,
Dr. Mario, but we could have Dr. Luigi.
I don't identify that as a need, although it's funny. So, I guess Aaron gets to live one more round, if you agree.
Dr. Luigi might get his chance another day.
uh, oh, whoa, whoa.
All right. Next, Cosmos or Aaron?
Goodbye, Aaron.
Chun Li or Jeff?
Chun Li.
Tara Branford or Silux?
Uh, Silex is the new hotness for Metroid right now.
Yep.
Silex.
Kumatora or Warrior of Light?
Warrior of Light.
Cosmos or Chun Li?
You know, I'll say Chun Li.
I was leaning Cosmos, if only because we've already had two Street Fighter characters, but I'll go with Chun-Li.
Okay.
Psylux or Warrior of Light?
Okay. Legacy, big, massive third party, or one of the few chances to represent Metroid competently. I will again ask for your thought.
You said it right there at the end. Psylux.
Okay, Silex.
Psylux or Chun-Li?
I guess it's Silex.
I guess it is. Okay. Metroid on the board with our fifth character overall, Psylux. Let's see here. Who are we knocking out now? Where is Psylux on the grid? There he is.
Goodbye, Blinky. I hardly knew you. Oh, an Impa. Impa, Sheldon. George from Rampage.
All right, our next one is going to be, we're starting with Kasumi from Dead or Alive.
That's interesting. Have you played Dead or Alive?
Technically, yes. I played the 3DS game that came out day one. I was like, hey guys, I have a 3DS. What games can I buy for it? Oh, there's not many options. I guess we'll get Dead or Alive because I know that name. It's a fighting game with ninjas.
Dead or Alive, and I got Street Fighter 4, and I got Pilot Wings.
Oh yeah, I think Street Fighter 4 was my other day one 3DS game. It was Dead or Alive and Street Fighter, I think, was just those two, maybe.
Fighting games. I mean, it was interesting at the time that, you know, on a portable system they were able to execute these games. It was a novelty. It's fine, you know, but I'm glad our launches are not as rough as they used to be.
All right, first matchup here. We've got Kasumi or Classic Proto Man.
Oh, wow. You are starting off in an interesting space. But, you know, I like the idea of Proto Man to represent Classic, so I'll say Proto Man. What about you?
I'll go with that. Dead or Alive, I don't think we've seen much from it in a while. It's a quieter fighting franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It's also sometimes a beach volleyball franchise, but enough about that. Twintel
Rest in peace
from
to the mad
Arms.
genius Itagaki.
Twintel or Captain Syrup?
Captain Syrup. Top choice.
Isaac from Golden Sun or Vault Boy from Fallout?
Isaac.
Yeah. Sylvando from Dragon Quest XI or Snip and Clip?
Sylvando's a cute choice, right? Like he's fun. Snip and Clip are an interesting novelty, so they're kind of evenly. Just for the funny, I'll say Sylvando.
I actually recently started playing a little bit of Dragon Quest XI again after not having touched the game in 3 years, and then when I only played it for an hour, and then I had last touched before that 2 years. So arguably, I hadn't played the game in 5 years.
Jesus.
Ha! Screamtail from Pokemon or Bill Riser from Contra?
Oh wow. Bill again is like a big important legacy retro. Screamtail is screaming Jigglypuff. It's kind of hilarious. Screamtail.
Okay. Meowth or Fawful?
Oh, Meowth.
DeMille of Tomato Adventure or X from Mega Man X?
X.
Liquid
hitters.
Yes. Liquid Snake from Metal Gear or Fiora from Xenoblade?
Fiora.
Ashley Robbins of Trace Memory or Drag X Driver from Drag X Drive?
interesting. Drag X Driver would be interesting. I think Ashley may inherently have more to her, so I'll go Ashley.
Takamaru or Knuckles from Sonic?
Takamaru.
Ryu Hayabusa, he's back again, or Waluigi?
Fuck. We already have 2 Mario on the board. Waluigi is the ultimate bias choice. God. I'm sorry, Hayabusa. This sucks. Waluigi.
Jill Valentine or Lip?
Jill.
Elena from Street Fighter or the Ring Fit Trainee? Elena, I believe, debuted in Street Fighter 3, if I'm remembering correctly. It was either that or the Alpha games, but I think it was Street Fighter 3, and was brought into Street Fighter 6 in one of the DLC waves. She's I believe, a capoeira fighter.
Yeah, she's cool. Versus Ring Fit, you said?
Yes.
I like Elena. She's a cool fighter. And I guess Ring Fit.
Melmetal or 2B from Nier Automata?
Oh, God. We don't have a Pokemon on the board yet. Melmetal would be kind of weird, but also it's a legendary. 2B. I can't do it.
Proto Man, classic Proto Man, or Captain Syrup?
I'm kind of feeling the classic Wario here. What about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Isaac or Sylvando?
Isaac.
Screamtail or Meowth?
Meowth.
I'm half surprised you didn't go for the funny.
Yeah.
Mega Man X or Fiora?
Ooh. I feel inclined to say the Mega Man option, but I do really Fiora is a top choice too. X, I suppose.
Okay. Ashley Robbins or Takamaru?
Takamaru.
Waluigi or Jill Valentine?
Waluigi.
Ring Fit Trainee or 2B?
Uh, I'll say 2B, I think. What about you?
You know, I think God, two big characters. I'm leaning Ring Fit Trainee because Ring Fit Adventure was pretty huge during COVID.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
All right. And then next matchup is Great Tiger versus the Ring Fit Trainee.
Ring Fit Trainee.
Takamaru or Captain Syrup?
Ooh, God. I'll say Captain Syrup.
Isaac or Waluigi?
There's a right choice and there's a choice that feels right, and I have to give you the right choice with Isaac.
Yeah, I would have fought here. As somebody that just recently finished the first 2 Golden Sun games, well, recently finished the second game. First game was a bit further back. Yeah, Isaac is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Meowth or Mega Man X?
Meowth.
Ring Fit Trainee or Captain Syrup?
I'm torn. Wario gets its opportunity to have land represented versus, again, as you said, a big hit fitness game, and Nintendo is privy to release these things at least once a system, it seems like. So Huh. Do you have a lean?
This one's a tough call. We have classic Wario, we got a pirate, or we got the successor to Wii Fit, which also boomed during COVID and got a lot of attention. The fact that they were
Yeah.
flying off the
Yeah.
shelves because people couldn't go to the gym. I think I lean Ring Fit Trainee.
Yeah. When you put it that way. Hmm.
Is that your pick?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Isaac or Meowth?
Um. Meowth feels important, so I'll say Meowth.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ring Fit Trainee or Meowth?
We made a tough argument for Ring Fit Trainee against multiple heavy opponents.
Yep.
Meowth is beloved mascot Pokemon. Very identifiable with the anime Gen 1. This to me is an extremely tough matchup and a toss up.
I
Uh,
think Meowth is one
uh,
of the most recognizable
what say
Pokemon.
you?
Like the anime may have moved on from
Yeah, yeah,
Ash to
totally.
Jesse and James, but I think Meowth is still. I think it's still quality up there.
Totally.
I lean
Okay.
Meowth here.
Sounds like Meowth.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We finally have a singular Pokemon. How many more will we get? Who the heck
Pokemon.
knows? Okay, so let's see who Meowth knocks out.
That's right. Some some significant ones, yeah, as
Oh,
always.
I just internally cried at a name I just saw. Ugh. All
What?
right,
Pauline?
next one.
M.
We're heading to
Bison.
1712, which is going to be Darmanitan.
Terrible
Darmanitan is
year.
where we're starting here. So let's see
Yeah.
who we're throwing in alongside. Interesting choices so far. I'm curious how
It's
a
just a
couple of
big
these
circular
matchups will
monkey
go. I don't.
of
What?
fire.
What?
Yeah.
What are you on about? And do I want to know?
And he has a crazy smile,
Oh, you're talking
big
about
eyes.
Darmanitan. Darmanitan's not a monkey. Darmanitan is the
Yeah.
evolution of a Darumaka.
Oh, yeah, that
So,
thing.
Darumas. Yeah, that's what these things are based on.
Yeah.
Not, not a fucking
Yeah.
chimpanzee.
It does look like a monkey though. Look at
What? What?
that.
Well, we got some repeating matchups here. Things we've already discussed. Interesting. Darmanitan or Ravio?
Ravio. We just got a Pokemon.
Felix from Golden Sun or Starman from Pro Wrestling?
You just played Golden Sun. What would you do here?
I would go Felix.
Okay, go. Let's do it.
Sudowoodo or Lusamine?
Um, Lusamine, I think.
Monita or KK Slider?
KK Slider.
Marshall from Rhythm Heaven or Zygarde?
Fuck. Wow. We just got a Pokemon, Marshall.
Medusa from Kid Icarus or Ashley from WarioWare?
Ashley.
Hades from Kid Icarus or Laura and Jin from Xenoblade?
Um, Laura and Jen, I suppose.
Dimitri or Braixen?
Dimitri.
Now, with this next matchup, I want to remind you that all previous Smash characters are not eligible. So with that, I say Alear from Fire Emblem or Knuckles from Sonic.
Oh, wow. Hmm. So interesting. You think the hater's gonna hate that hard, huh?
Well, I was more just saying, it's like, hey, it's not a
So
fifth Marth, it's a new Marth.
with Marth added on, a
Yes,
ghost
Marth
of
plus
Marth.
Marth.
God, how self indulgent, Knuckles.
Arthur or Jibanyan.
Arthur, that would be my vote.
Adal, Adal Kristen, or Dragonlord.
Dragon Lord. We've been here before.
Hakun or Big Boss.
Big Boss.
Decidueye or Vince.
Decidueye.
Ravio or Felix.
Ravio.
Lusamine or KK Slider.
KK Slider.
Marshall or Ashley.
Ah, fuck. Ashley.
Laura and Jin or Dimitri.
Laura and Jin.
Knuckles or Arthur.
Hmm. Uh, Knuckles.
Dragonlord or Big Boss.
I Big Boss. This is kind of my bias, though.
I don't have a real lane here if it's which way, so I'm good for that.
Okay.
Decidueye or Henry Fleming.
Decidueye.
Decidueye or Ravio.
Gonna say Ravio this time.
Ashley or Big Boss.
I think Ashley.
Knuckles or Laura and Jin.
Uh, it's early enough. I think maybe Xenoblade takes precedence. Maybe Laura and Jen.
I agree. Ravio or Ashley.
God, this is the hard part. You have like a not like a mid tier Zelda choice and a very high tier Wario choice. Zelda is more important than Wario in my eyes. I am torn. Ashley is my vote, though.
I was leaning Ravio, but I'll go with Ashley. Laura and
What do
Jin.
you think? Like,
Hmm?
you're sure? Okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Laura and Jin or KK Slider.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll give Animal Crossing another bone and say KK.
Ashley or KK Slider.
Uh, one of the best Animal Crossing and one of the best Wario choices. Um, Ashley.
Okay. Ashley joining the roster.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see who Ashley is going to knock out then. Not that Ashley, this Ashley.
Goodbye, Wart and Frimjo.
Wow, they want me to
Bubbles from
do
Clue Land.
row 17 again, huh? Okay, we're going to see a lot of familiar names. We're going to be starting with Hakun.
Beat it up in my chair. There we go.
Be careful there, guy. All right, so yeah, Hakun. I only know this character exists because of Mercurius, where somebody, probably DK3, made a moveset for him. He
I
sucks up
played the
colors and
game
colors
a couple of
blocks or
times.
something.
Yeah, it's one of those types of like arcade puzzle games of the time, like Wario's Woods, Mario and Wario, Solomon's Key. Like your platform puzzling, and you suck out paint from canisters and other blocks and stuff, and avoid enemies, and it's just fun. It's you're like a glass bird thing.
Yeah. Puzzle games can get really weird, like in a good way, but oftentimes really weird.
Yeah, right. Ain't that the truth?
All right, first matchup is Hakun or Bianca Whitaker of Dragon Quest V.
Who is a beloved character? So I
I
guess we have to
believe
give it to
the more
Bianca, right?
common romance choice, I believe, in that game.
Yeah. Um, I could get cute and say Hakun, but I think Bianca is the right answer.
Funky Kong or Weavile?
Ooh, fun. We both have characters from these series on the map. Funky could be that DK stand-in though, with more of the musicy, surfboardy stuff.
Whereas Weavile would be similar
Weavile's
in
neat.
nature to Meowth.
Okay, Funky.
Eevee or Taranza?
I like Eevee, and I like the idea of somehow making that work. But Taranza is Kirby at this point feels like we need to get it on the board eventually.
Yeah. Frogger or Master Chief?
Oh my god. Master Chief.
Mimikyu or Fossil Fighter?
Mimikyu is interesting. It would be kind of funny because you can't have Pikachu, so what do you settle for? Ghost type, cool. Fossil Fighter is a fucking dude that fights with live dinosaurs in Smash. Is awesome. Uh, what say you?
I mean, Fossil Fighter is just like very understated. It's got a couple games, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
really talked about. Mimikyu
Yeah.
and Crest, I haven't had a chance to even play it yet. I own a copy. Mimikyu, though, another strong Gen 7 Pokemon, would play differently from Meowth, Fairy Ghost, and it's a little cheap wink wink nudge nudge. Hey Pikachu, what's up? Where'd you go?
Okay, Mimikyu.
Goemon or
And
Dragon Lord?
yeah. Oh God. I'm a personal fan of Goemon and the Mystical Ninja games. Um, but Dragon Lord is also like extremely. Again, we've been here, so I guess Dragon Lord.
Adal Kristen or Jibanyan?
I'll give the nod to Adal finally. I feel like they're both kind of the same level in popularity, but East has been around much longer.
Yeah. Uh, Arthur or Hades?
Ah, I'll. I'm I'm sorry, 80s. I just keep doing this to him, but I'll say Arthur.
Laura and Jen or Dimitri?
Laura and Jin.
Breakson or Leon Kennedy?
Wow, Leon.
Elena or Big Boss?
Hmm. Big boss.
Decidueye or Vince?
Just such a way.
Bianca Whitaker or Funky Kong?
Funky.
Taranza or Master Chief?
I said that about Kirby, but I mean, Master Chief. I think Chief.
Mimikyu or Dragon Lord?
Uh, Dragon Lord.
Interesting.
What say you?
Well, we do have Pokemon, but
Okay, we can say Mimikyu if that's fine.
I feel like I would go Mimikyu.
Okay.
Adal, Kristen, or Arthur?
Um, I like the idea of Arthur. He could be a stand-in for like a a lot of different things, but a doll.
Laura and Jen or Leon Kennedy.
Leon.
Big Boss or Decidueye.
Um, Decidueye is really cool. Big Boss, Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear. Uh, I'll say Big Boss this time.
Mm,
I don't know. You have a character who, yeah, is technically the most celebrated Metal Gear game with Snake Eater. Recently got re-released with Delta remade actually. Um, you can pull from. It's essentially the same idea as Snake and Smash, but there are key differences. You could use different types of guns that are more on the comic-y end in that time era, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to argue against Grass Owl Bow guy, though.
yeah.
Um, hmm. I guess I guess it's important to have a later gen Pokemon. So fine, I guess Decidueye.
Next up, then, that would create Henry Fleming from Codename Steam or Mimikyu.
Mimikyu.
Funky Kong or Leon Kennedy.
Leon.
Decidueye or Master Chief. Oh, fuck.
Master Master Chief is another one of those characters that are hard to fight against. Um, but what do you feel here? Is it more important to you to have a later gen Pokemon first?
I think so, yeah. Like, I would be more willing to go Master Chief than I would have been for Big Boss, if only because Halo would be new. Whereas we'd already had Metal Gear, and Big Boss and Snake are very similar, whereas Master Chief would be somebody new. But I do feel like I'll go for a second Pokemon over Master Chief.
Okay, Decidueye.
Mimikyu or Leon Kennedy?
By that same leaf, I guess we're going Mimikyu.
Yeah, I think so, because that's also a strong pick. Adol Kristen or Decidueye?
Decidueye.
And Mimikyu or Decidueye?
Decidueye.
Okay.
Right the wrongs of the past.
Yeah, seriously. That's also probably part of my thought process. Like, man, come on.
I know, seriously. What possessed Sakurai to look at those three characters? Be like, yes, Incineroar is definitely the cool one.
I mean,
I know.
I
You're
mean,
like,
if
oh, the
you're
wrestling. That
if you're a wrestling fan, then yeah, it's the cool one. There's no doubt there. But clearly, our thought process on what we thought would have been cooler and more unique didn't match his. We were thinking, oh my god, fire. He was thinking, hey, I can do wrestling. And he's also probably thinking, like, I've already done bows on multiple characters. Wrestling would be a newer thing for me to get to play with. I get it. Oh my god, the randomizer keeps giving me Rose 17. God damn it.
Very
Oh, but
interesting.
Rose 17 has been knocked out because pick the Sidgewai, so
Oh.
thank God. Holy begonias.
Yeah, right.
We're starting off with the
Yeah.
me musician.
No. Holy balonias. Baloney. I throw the baloney at you.
Please do not throw baloney at
Your,
me.
your, your face.
Please do not throw baloney at my face.
They call me Baloney Tony.
Please do not tell people that they call you Baloney Tony.
It's a terrible Netflix kids movie where there's actually a character named that. And he's a
Whoa.
little stuffed giraffe thing that kind of sounds like Eddie Murphy. And he throws baloney at your face.
I would rather have Drippy in real life. Then whatever that is. Okay, first matchup: Me Musician or Zant.
Oh, um, we've been here before. Actually, this reminded me. So I'll just give you the same. Me musician.
Excite Biker or Woolly Yoshi.
Excite Biker or Woolly Yoshi? Woolly Yoshi.
Azura or Mudkip.
Zura.
Goku or Blathers.
Goku or Blathers. Yes. Maybe Blathers this time, just to be cute about it. Museum, bugs, guy. Yeah.
And we don't have Animal Crossing yet.
Yeah.
View 995 or Neku Sakuraba.
Again, Nick is cool, but I think. Oh no, we actually we have Metroid on the map now.
We
What do you
do.
think here then?
I don't think View. I would go Neku. I will go Neku.
Okay.
It's interesting character, interesting play style, and we've already got Silex. I don't think View is necessary.
Okay.
Bianca Whitaker or Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear.
Soul. We haven't been there before with them.
Yep. Alf or Toxtricity.
Oh fuck. Well, we just got Decidueye, so Elf.
Yeah, I agree. Poppy Alpha or Nurgle.
Nurgle from Fire Emblem.
Yes.
God, wow. I'm gonna have to say Nurgle. I respect your decision either way.
Uh, we do have Edelgard on the board for Fire Emblem, I think.
We do. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That, yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Poppy.
Absol or Harry from Tolero Boxer.
Interesting. Harry, though.
Empoleon or Halucha.
Um, Hawlucha, I guess.
Ring Fit Trainee or Machamp. A lot of Pokemon here.
Ring Fit Trainee.
Me Musician or Woolly Yoshi.
Um, hmm. Woolly Yoshi?
Azura or Blathers.
Blathers.
Neku Sakuraba or Soul Bad Guy. Huh.
Interesting. Interesting. Soul, he has what? He's the big gun and sword guy. His name is funny. He's from Guilty Gear. Neku, World Ends With You, Square Enix. Technically, I mean, not the
Technically
first Square Enix
Magic.
character I'd choose. Yeah, technically Magic. A lot of rhythm, interesting, cool aesthetic from the game. Uh, this is tough. I think it's a pretty equal match.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I'll just defer to your vote. Like whatever you want.
Uh I think Neku would be mechanically more interesting. Soul Bad Guy, however, would introduce a new company to the Smash Brothers family.
Yeah, I agree.
I think my lean is Neku.
Okay, Neko it is.
Alf or Poppy Alpha?
Let's do Alf.
Harry or Halucha?
Harry. What do you think there?
I technically I like Halucha more, but Harry could be an interesting retro choice.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Ring Fit Trainee or Napoleon from the Hanafuda cards?
It was who versus Napoleon?
Ring Fit Trainee.
Oh, damn. I have to say Ring Fit Trainee, even though I want to say Napoleon.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
That's logic coming in instead of bias. Ring Fit Trainee or Harry?
Ring Fit Trini.
Blathers or Woolly Yoshi?
I'll say Blathers. No, Woolly Yoshi, I guess, because Yoshi's not on the board yet.
I was actually feeling Blathers.
Okay, let's feel Blathers. Let's do it. I want to give the owl a chance.
Alf or Neku Sakuraba?
Alf.
Ring Fit Trainee or Alf?
Uh, this is harder. I'm gonna give precedent to Pikmin though. Alf.
Alf or Blathers?
I'll say Alf here.
Okay. Welcome to the game, Pikmin.
Yep.
Different character, same moves.
Yep.
All right, let us see who Alf eliminates from round one. Oh, oh. Well, we don't have to debate Donkey Kong Jr. for a while. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, next up, we are going to Great Tiger as our starting point.
Fit.
Great Tiger from Punch Out, one
How
of the
many?
few Punch Out characters that I think I could come up with unique ideas for after
Yeah.
uh, Little Mac, Doc Lewis, and King Hippo. I don't know who else I could hit beyond that. Ooh, we got some interesting choices in this round. Oh ho ho. This
Ho ho
could
ho.
be. Oh, well, that one's gonna be a blowout. Holy shit.
I am curious. I'm very curious about this. And how many characters have we done so far?
After I finish
Like,
grabbing this, I'll tell you. This
okay.
is this is definitely going on longer than expected. We'll
That's
see.
why I'm asking. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think next season, if we do the same format again, we're gonna not do a 20 by 20 grid because I don't think that experiment worked in the slightest. Oh boy, we are currently
You're
sitting
like,
at
oh
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're currently at 9 characters. Let's be number 10. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god, indeed. Okay. So, who boy?
And we're ending at 60?
No,
We're
not
ending at
anymore. We're
60?
not. Not anymore. Now
Oh
I'll just say
boy.
that now. I think we're gonna have to end this at the round one. We're not gonna say like round one is technically like the quote unquote end. We're just gonna stop the
Hmm.
thought experiment there. The roster could be larger than that, but we'll stop our thought experiment at that point because we're just gonna
Yeah.
have to.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel
So next matchup is between Great Tiger or the Prince from Katamari Damacy.
okay. I'm gonna say the Prince. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things you can do there.
Maxwell from Scribblenauts or Anthony Higgs from Metroid.
Um, that's pretty funny. I will have to give it to Maxwell. If we didn't have Silex on the board though.
I agree with you. We didn't have Silex on the board. I would say Anthony fucking Higgs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh.
He'll remember that.
Mio from Xenoblade 3 or Dr. Luigi.
Mio.
Phoenix Wright. I told you he was on the
Oh,
grid. Or Professor Egad.
oh God. Phoenix Wright.
Ninten from Earthbound Beginnings or Mother One, depending on how you want to call it. Or Chestnut from Pokemon.
Ninten.
He would preserve the moveset, or more or less, from Ness and Lucas.
Yep.
Sebastian Toot of Wii Music, or 2B of Nier Automata,
2B.
or
That's funny. I was thinking the same thing.
Ring Fit Trainee or Elena,
Ring Fit Trainee.
Lip or Waluigi.
Um, well, I'm almost thinking about giving it to Lip this time, because she's really a choice retro character. No, but Waluigi is screaming in my ear. What do I do?
I
Give it to
think
Waluigi this round?
I think there are characters that I would put over Waluigi. At this point, I
Huh.
don't think Lip is one of those characters. Later on in the experiment,
Okay.
I could potentially go for that if we have like no retros, but we have like 5 Marios. Like, yeah, Obby,
Mm-hmm.
but not for now.
Okay. Waluigi. Waluigi.
Ryu Hayabusa or Takamaru.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna say Hayabusa. I will respect your vote either way.
I feel Takamaru, but I'll allow Ryu Hayabusa.
Okay.
Drag X Driver or Ashley Robbins.
Back to this. Drag Extra. I mean, that's such. I mean, it's interesting. The game really didn't make a big splash, unfortunately. There were some naggles about the controls.
I don't think it helps
Um,
that one of the developers or whoever it was said that no, these aren't disabled people doing sports in the game. It's not that. It's just these are the this you just sit in the chair for the sport. It's like, oh, so you could have said that this was representation of disabled people and you said you chose not to. That was a choice.
well, in that case, fuck them, and we're not gonna vote for Drag X Driver.
The Prince of Katamari Damacy or Maxwell of Scribblenauts.
Maxwell would be really interesting. My pause is that he's not quite retro, but I also don't think his series is active anymore. I
They actually made a game that had like this whole big story mode and this big old world in it. That said, I think my problem with Maxwell is considering that he can summon anything that you can think of and write down in the game's notebook. How the fuck do you build a move set around that? You have limitless options. I could
yeah,
summon a chicken in a Batman costume. It's like, what
you sure
do?
could. You sure could. Okay, the Prince it is.
Mio of Xenoblade or Phoenix Wright?
Oh gosh, I I I feel like I am saying Mio at this point. Xenoblade is big enough.
If we had any other Xenoblade character already chosen, I would say Phoenix Wright so hard. But
Yeah, I know.
Ninten or 2B?
Ninten for the same reasons.
Ring Fit Trainee or Waluigi?
Ring Fit Trainee.
Ryu Hayabusa or Ashley Robbins?
Hmm. Again, I'll say Hayabusa here.
Fiora or the Prince?
Fiora.
Ryu Hayabusa or Ring Fit Trainee?
Ring Fit Trainee.
Mio or Ninten?
Mio.
Fiora or Ring Fit Trainee?
You know, we've been here so many times with Ring Fit Trainee at this point. I am inclined towards her. I'm going to say Ring Fit Trainee.
Will you still say that if it's Ring Fit Trainee or Mio?
Yes.
Wow. I'm shocked. I thought Xenoblade was going to make it here.
I don't know. I think, like what we've considered Ring Fit Trainee 3 times now or 4 times even. There's just merit to it, right? You mentioned it yourself. It exploded. It's part of like this We Fit era of like spiritual successor. Fitness seems to be like a thing that Nintendo continuously returns to. I mean, just for all those reasons, and it's more interesting than We Fit Trainer too. So this is like an upgrade to what we have.
Fair enough. Fair
Um,
enough. It's
yeah.
a shame that they shelled the Wii Vitality sensor.
There we go with that again. You've
Yeah.
got your own memes this season.
And that also brings us up to 10 characters. Not
Yeah,
bad.
not bad.
Okay, so we've got 10 characters, so we're halfway through the round. The nice thing about this is that while it has taken quite a bit of time to get to this point, the rest of round one is going to be a lot shorter. Because not only have we eliminated a lot of characters from consideration, so the deliberation round is going to be shorter, but also we've talked about a good deal of these characters already just on a base level, so we won't need to say as much about them again. So,
Yeah,
let's
rapid fire.
see. Yes, more or less. Let's see where round 11 will start us out. We are going to be going to 620, which brings us close to me, Leon Kennedy. Not Mr.
Ah.
Boulder Puncher, but definitely the one of the ones that he's just not allowed to die. Capcom will just continually bring him back endlessly, no matter what the problem ever is. Leon, I mean,
Yeah,
they
he's.
finally revealed him after he was leaked so long ago. They finally revealed him in the new Resident Evil game, and despite his advanced looking, well, maybe not advanced age, despite his older appearance, he is still rocking the same haircut.
Heck yeah! I that was an exciting trailer. I'm looking forward to this game. Um,
I think
yeah. Well,
I I think one of the smart things that it seems like they're doing with this game is that it's going to be half of the old roots and half of the new. Like the new character Grace,
agreed.
she's going to be doing all the older classic survival, or not survival horror, but like the horror aspect is like, oh god, I'm running around, I'm scared. Everything is more powerful than me. I'm just a person. And then the other half of the game is like, hey, I'm Leon. I've done this for like 50 years. Nothing of this shit scares me anymore. We're the action combat now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
let's begin the deliberation. As a reminder, since we are halfway through here, our current roster is Cranky Kong, Edelgard, Silux, Alf, Meowth, and Decidueye, Ring Fit Trainee, Mario Kart Cow, Paper Mario, and Ashley from WarioWare. So, no third party characters yet, but
Mo.
not really surprising because it's the first 10 characters. We may not even have any in the first 20. We don't know. It all depends on
Yeah.
what we think is most important. So, Jonno, first question, Leon Kennedy or Funky Kong?
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go, Leon.
Yeah, we've already got Cranky for a DK rep. If this was Dixie, I'd be like, let's possibly discuss this, but yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Two
Agreed.
Pokemon, Weavile or Eevee?
Oh, maybe Weavile. Easier to wrap your head around how it would work at least.
Yeah, the problem with Eevee, and granted, Let's Go Eevee kind of absolves some of this. The problem with Eevee is it is primarily just normal moves. You're not going to do a Digimon thing where it can transform into Vaporeon to do a move, or transform into Flareon to do a move. That just doesn't really happen in Pokemon. Let's Go Eevee does give us moves like I'm trying to remember what all the exclusive Eevee moves are called, but there's an exclusive move for each type that Eevee could so they could pull from, but it's still kind of a question mark. There's also the fact that Eevee would be another Gen 1 Pokemon like we have with Meowth, but Weavile would also be more similar to Meowth as an attacker.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just like, both the like I like Weavile, Dark Ice, really cool. Part of me thinks
Hmm.
maybe Eevee because of that, also its popularity. I don't.
I mean, if I could figure out how it would work necessarily, I would veer Eevee. You know,
Mm-hmm.
more iconic Pokemon, biped. I mean, quadruped. And just neat concept with all the evolutions, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. we thinking Eevee then?
I think it can be done. You just basically exclusively pull from the Let's Go unique Eevee moves.
All right. Well, let's go.
Next, Taranza from Kirby or Frogger.
Yeah. Uh, necessity of a Kirby rep over Frogger, even though he's cool. So Taranza.
Yeah. Master Chief or Mimikyu.
Master Chief.
Yeah, like, part of me feels Mimikyu, but we do have two Pokemon already, and we also have a Gen 7 Pokemon already.
That's what sets it over the edge for me. You already have one from the same gen.
Yeah.
And if we go 3 Pokemon right now, that feels like overkill.
It would depend on the opponent, but yeah, like now if it was Mimikyu against Funky Kong, I would say no, we're going with Funky Kong. Or I mean Mimikyu.
Yeah,
Christ.
okay. That makes sense.
Next,
Mimikyu on a surfboard.
yes. Next up is Fossil Fighter versus Goemon.
Oh, interesting. Fossil Fighter, I think it would be cool, but it's not a high profile franchise, so I feel comfortable just going for Goemon here.
I agree. Next is Frank West versus a personal favorite for you, the polar bear from Ice Climber.
Do we have a retro on the board yet?
We do not. I will say there is another retro in this particular debate. We just haven't said their name yet.
Okay. Um, I mean, Frank West is awesome. He's fucking hilarious. And there's some real merit there to how he could fight. We've seen it in versus Capcom games before. Um, yeah, I'll throw a vote to the polar bear. I mean, I don't care if it's immediately absconded if you want to go for Frank, but I feel like being a little funny.
I do think that Frank and Dead Rising are a, not to disrespect the franchise, but a lower tier Capcom choice when you compare it to your Mega Man, your Street Fighters, your Devil May Cry's, your Monster Hunters, your Resident Evils.
Mm.
But I
Imagine he gets in. It's the personality hire.
imagine he gets in, but he has like cameos to all the other big franchises because Frank West can, get costumes based on Ryu and Mega Man and other characters, so it would be canonical.
Surfbot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh I will give you this one bone on Polar Bear simply because I would not pick Frank West at the end of the day for this group. But this is your
Yeah.
one, kid. All right.
Noise.
Next is Duster from Earthbound, specifically, Mother 3, versus Rauru, specifically the Tears of the Kingdom edition of the character.
Zelda's not on the board yet, Rauru.
Yeah. Hey, you wanted a retro pick to discuss, right?
Sure, yeah.
So how about Sukapon versus Riku from Kingdom Hearts?
Oh. Wow. I mean, high profile choice with Riku. Feels weird without Sora, for sure, but I mean, that's the rules of this game. And then Sukapon, early on, Joy Mech Fight, first fighting game like of this style that Nintendo ever made. So there's a good, solid retro pick. What are your thoughts here? I'm curious. I mean, since you know Kingdom Hearts more than me.
I mean, I on a pure character to character level, Riku is absolutely on a higher tier than Sukapon. However, with the name of this particular game, I would prioritize Sukapon slash a retro rep over a non-Sora Kingdom Hearts rep, even though that option is Riku himself.
I agree. I agree.
Next we have yes. Next we have Sammy from Advance Wars against Albert Wesker.
Oh shit. I think Wesker could be the sole representative of Resident Evil and still represent it great in Smash. People will go for Leon or Jill or Chris or whatever your flavor is for the protagonist, and that's the obvious way to do it. That would be great. That's fine. But Wesker, even though he's been dead for a while now, canonically, the effects of what he did with Umbrella Corps are still like being felt throughout each of the games. Like he is the main bad guy, and there's a lot you can do with him, with his crazy, weird metaphysical power shit. Um, I think Wesker.
I am a little torn because I obviously we discussed Resident Evil on the show and just between us, we're both in agreement that Albert Wesker is the best choice to represent Resident Evil as a whole.
Mm.
Where I'm torn is having a new Nintendo franchise that has never been represented with a playable character of Advance Wars,
Yeah.
which both Andy and Sammy are on the grid. Andy may have already been
Mm.
eliminated this round. I'm not really sure. It's been a lot of characters knocked out, so I'm a little torn there. But if you are feeling very confident on Wesker in this particular matchup, I'll go with you.
I am, and I've played some Advance Wars. I enjoy it. I think it would be a great addition to Smash proper. I think where I veer Wesker here is the prominence of Resident Evil, the prominence of Wesker as a character in that franchise, and knowing that he could fight well in Smash, and then also just Advance Wars is it's kind of a sad story.
It's
They
kind of
they keep they
cursed.
get these they get these revivals every so often, and there's just always something misaligned. This last time, the advance like the Advance Wars 1 and 2 remakes, they're fine, they're good. They were delayed for what we thought might be indefinitely due to world events, and did not get the reception they deserved.
Yep.
Um,
And if I remember
and
right,
before that, yeah,
I think. Oh no, you were about to mention, I believe, that this isn't the first time that they've had a real life issue.
yeah, that and just like Days of Ruin. Well, I enjoyed it. It was at that time Nintendo was dealing with that weird style, like they did it with Shadow Dragon as well, where they were like veering into this different art style for the strategy RPGs. Like there's always just something. There's always just something that holds that franchise back, and I don't think Nintendo would prioritize Advance Wars either in this scenario.
Okay. Back to the top of the board then. Leon Kennedy against Eevee.
Yeah, like you said, I'm torn here. Yeah, it's another Gen 1 Pokemon, but Gen 1 is always the exception for Pokemon. Um Eevee, you said it could work. I agree. Leon is a high profile, very high profile third party. So once again, I'm curious about your thoughts. What do you think?
I mean, I think here's the real question at this point. What
Hmm.
would we rather have? Would we rather have a third Pokemon right now, or would we rather have our first good third party?
I would say, in my opinion anyway, third party.
I would agree with that statement.
Okay, Leon. It's moving on.
Next up, Taranza against Master Chief.
This may be the third party's round. I mean, Taranza again, like, wow, the spider guy. Just not the most exciting Kirby pick, even though I feel like Kirby should be within the first 20. I would say Chief.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, granted, I haven't played Triple Deluxe. I've actually played very little Kirby.
Hmm.
And I, if it was Marks, Adeline, Magalore, even Susie, I would pick them over Chief. Taranza, I don't feel that way towards.
I agree. I agree.
Next up, Goemon against Polar Bear.
Going on.
Yeah. All right, here's a tough one for you, Jono.
Okay.
we give Zelda its first rep with Rauru, or do we give Retros their first rep with Sukapan?
It's a good question. And I know that I would feel dirtiest if we left here today without having Zelda on the board earlier. I am going to say Rauru.
I am in agreement.
Yeah.
And now we have Albert Wesker against the Prince of Katamari Damacy.
Albert Wesker.
Are you sure?
I'll vote Wesker. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh man! All right, let's kind of just confirm our bias here. Leon Kennedy or Albert Wesker?
Oh God, I mean, this should be a
We already said it.
interesting fight. Let's do Wesker.
So to say, like we already had a debate on this before they even went up against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Master Chief or Goemon?
Chief.
Albert Wesker or Master Chief?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is a very, very tough call. On the one hand, if you care about those sorts of things, Wesker is more connected to Nintendo than Chief is by a large degree. I wouldn't necessarily say
Yeah.
like he's, a Nintendo adjacent character with his franchise, but it has been on Nintendo. Chief is the big guy of he resurrected the genre, redefined the genre. Wesker is in some ways the father of video game horror
Mm-hmm.
because he created all those creatures, so he's their daddy.
Chief
Chief's
would be like,
gameplay is more easily definable. Wesker is a
mm-hmm.
bit more what you doing with this one,
Yeah,
but both are
which
very
is
doable.
interesting. Yeah. And Chief is also, I mean, the closest thing you're going to get to Samus. Besides, I mean, like a protagonist of a first-person shooter. Funnily enough, so I mean, and a good compliment to Silux. Halo, God, it's one of those things. It's a massive legacy. I mean, if you're just thinking about sheer impact, pop culture impact, it would be Halo. Um, but Resident Evil, I mean, it's either that's legacy, that's long term history. Um, God, this is very difficult for me. It's actually almost at this point where I would just roll a die. Hmm.
Well, I might be able to make this debate less complicated.
Okay.
You said that this may be the time when we add in a third party, when we've got some strong options. But you also said you would feel dirty if we left Zelda out in this early stage. Rauru is still in the debate block.
Yep.
So would you do Rauru over both of those? Or would you do
God,
one
and
of them over Rauru?
that is so difficult to say too, because again, Chief and Wesker are some of the best third parties you're going to get out of this entire board. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Something I will tell
Raru, there's a
you,
lot of other
based
Zelda
on
options.
how the grid is set up, Rauru would knock out one of these two, but not both of them. And one of them would knock out Rauru, but not the other.
Well, let's. What you're telling me is the safest way forward. If we want to certify that The Legend of Zelda is given the respect it deserves, is to say Rauru now.
Yes.
Then let's say Rauru now.
All right, and by doing that, you've knocked out Albert Wesker.
Goodbye, Albert. You're dead just like you are in the games and on the Netflix show in real life because you're played by Lance Redding, who's dead.
Oh, I was about to say, like, I didn't watch the Netflix show. Did they actually fucking kill Wesker off in season one?
Watch it either. I didn't hear it was that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's
which
see
is
who
not
Rauru
surprising
knocks
for
off the
Resident Evil media.
board. I mean,
All right.
considering that the successful Resident Evil media has nothing to do with the Resident Evil games, I would not say I'm that surprised.
Yeah.
All right, let us see who is next. We are now going to be going towards Maxwell is our starting spot here of Scribbled Knots. We talked about him a bit before. He's a little hard to. Oh my god, his first opponent. He's a little hard to conceptualize because of the whole thing where, hey, he could literally
uh,
summon anything. I don't know what to
yeah.
do with that. Fuck,
He could
he can
summon an ice
summon
beam
goddamn Batman.
and Ridley.
I mean, I don't.
Wait, he
Has
can't
that been
summon
shown in a
that.
game? No, I know he's summoned Batman. I think, does WB actually own the rights to Scribblenauts, or did they just have
Yes,
a
I believe so.
crossover game?
I know for sure there was a crossover game. I'm pretty sure it's WB Games that does Scribblenauts.
I think it is, but with what's happening with WB right now, I mean, who the fuck knows? It
Oh
sounds like
boy.
he's going to become a Netflix character. Which I'll let your opinion speak for that. Hey,
Oh boy. I
first
believe.
first off, Maxwell or Anthony Higgs?
Remember me?
Sure do.
Uh well, hear me
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Anthony, easy to realize in Smash. He has an ice beam thing. You just use that. Maxwell is just like there's too much. There's too much going on with Maxwell. How can you rein that all in?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna vote for Anthony.
I'll allow it. All right, Mio of Xenoblade or Dr. Luigi?
Mio.
Are you sure?
Can't even joke there. Fuck.
Here's one that might be a bit more
That's funny.
serious. Phoenix Wright or Professor Egad?
Interesting. Mario does have a bit of representation on the board if you consider like Paper Mario and the sub series like Cranky's there. If you want to get cute with it, you can say that.
It's also
And
Cow.
then Phoenix Wright again, like yeah, and Cow being the actual mainline Mario rep. So in mainline Mario, you're getting Cow and Egad like
I mean,
spin-off Mario characters. It's funny.
I would actually consider Cow a spin-off character as well, considering it's a Mario Kart character.
Mm-hmm. And then Phoenix Wright, like again, like maybe like upper mid tier in the Capcom considerations for like or higher tier because it was his ties to Nintendo. So really strong third party choice or another Mario. What are we prioritizing at this point? I might say Phoenix.
I could go either way with these two characters because while Egad would be our third Mario rep, he would be our first technically mainline Mario rep, unless you would count him as a Luigi character. Which is like, okay, at that point, I think we're getting a little too specific. It's like, let's calm that down. Phoenix Wright, third party, very unique, very fun, another Capcom potential choice. At this point,
Yeah.
even though we technically don't have a quote unquote mainline Mario character, I do think I'll go with Phoenix Wright over Professor Egad.
Okay. So it shall be written.
Next up, a Ninten of Earthbound or Chestnut.
Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh god. Sebastian 2 or Amaterasu.
Wow. Amaterasu.
There's a lot of Capcom here today. Monkey Kong or Dante.
Dante.
Selith of Fire Emblem or Mr. Rossetti.
Oh, that's funny. I'm actually torn here. We don't have Animal Crossing on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But Seliph is old school Fire Emblem. This is another generation that I feel should be respected. In like the Fire Emblem considerations, like GBA or earlier. So very complimentary to Edelgard. Just a pure good dude, sword fighter, which actually is not a bad thing now that there are no sword fighters.
Yep.
this is this is your straight ahead character. You're Marth adjacent. You can find ways to make him different. Obviously, I might say Seliph here.
I also feel like I'd lean Seliph. I think Mr. City, I like him as a character. What strikes me as weird in Mr. City is like whenever I've seen him out of the ground, it's like this just looks wrong. You should be in the
It
ground.
kind of
I
does.
don't want to see your legs. It's like I don't ever want to
I
see
was
Diglett get out of the ground either. It's like stop it. You
oh
stay in
yeah,
the fucking ground.
you've seen it. He Diglett has abs. Yeah.
A few other things. But yeah, I lean
God.
Seliph.
Okay. So yeah, I agree. Mr. Rossetti, his feet are funny.
You want to talk about a fourth Capcom character?
Yeah.
All right, Paper Bowser or Mega Man.exe?
Holy shit. Mega Man.exe.
Fuck yeah! I'd have killed you if you didn't say that.
This is a this is a difficult. This is gonna be. I foresee fear and terror.
Yeah. You know where I don't see foresee fear or terror though?
Yeah.
Anthony Higgs or Mio.
Mio.
Yeah. And that was our last easy decision for this round. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Wright or Ninten?
Oh. Um. How much do we value Earthbound as a franchise? Like, at this point, I guess. Like, I think we're in a legitimate spot where we can really seriously consider a third party. I think we covered that last round.
Yep.
Phoenix is a great, amazing choice for that. He would be a great first choice. Ninten is your opportunity. It's like Seliph. Ninten is representing carrying this torch from Mother and Earthbound that Ness and Lucas have held since the first Smash. 1999. Jesus. So do we respect the legacy of Mother and Smash and say Ninten, or do we go with like, oh man, this is like to us the way cooler pick with Phoenix? I think that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah. Here's my kind of thoughts on this. Well, as a reminder, this is our choices, not our predictions on what would happen.
Oh sure,
But
sure.
I do think that if, big ol' fat ol' if this scenario were to occur, Nintendo was wiping slate clean, doing only new characters, I actually think there's a decent chance that they would skip Earthbound. For two, I mean, no matter what they do, they either had to. What if they were to bring back save one character? Ninten is a safe option because you can just port Ness and Lucas's movesets more or less onto him. But would you do that? Or would you do like Porky? Would you do Maskman? Would you do Kumatora? Would you do Pooh, Paula, Duster, Flint, Anna, Teddy? It's hard because no, I don't like using saying that something isn't relevant and that it can't get in this match because it's not relevant anymore. But we haven't gotten anything for Earthbound since the GBA, and that's largely because the guy behind the franchise
Done.
says it's done. It's like, okay, respect that. Smash is really the only thing that has
Yeah.
kept those games and F-Zero alive in the public Nintendo consciousness. And I could
Yeah.
see them saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Depending on the vastness of the cuts, I would agree. Like, if there were like 50 plus characters still, I could see Mother getting the nod because Itoi, again, it's one of those personal connections. Itoi and Sakurai are friends. And Captain Falcon has developed a personality and a character that far exceeds F Zero now,
Yep.
so he might be safe in those regards too. Um, I think what you were doing was kind of making the argument for saying it's okay to just say Phoenix, and I agree. So you could say Phoenix here.
Yeah. But more or less, my point was we don't need to be beholden to the quote unquote
Right.
rules that Smash has set forth.
Right.
It'd be one thing if those existing characters were eligible, but are we gonna hold a torch for F-Zero just because we
Mm-hmm.
can't take Captain Falcon? I'm not.
Right.
Next up, I'm sorry, Amaterasu or Dante.
I'm gonna give it to Amaterasu. There's again, like I know again we don't we it's hard to this is a biasy thing, but also Okami just has a higher profile on Nintendo consoles than the Devil May Cry, if you want to consider that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have here two characters made by the same man, Hideki Kamiya. One would both be very unique, but I think Amaterasu
Mm-hmm.
would take that cake. And what clinches it for Amaterasu for me is the reveal that Okami sequel is in development.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supposedly, something new with Devil May Cry is being developed right now as well, but we don't have any confirmation on that. But
Mm-hmm.
Amaterasu, quadruped, unique, various powers. I like it.
Me too. And yeah, the sequel gives it relevance that it did not have a year ago, so that's cool.
Yeah. Next, Selith or Mega Man.exe.
Mega Man.exe.
Good. Taizo Hori, also known as Dig Dug, against Amaterasu.
Amy clears.
I think there's an argument for good old Hori, but yeah, Ami.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, super retro pick. That has merit.
Yeah. Mio or Mega Man.exe.
Oh, um, for me, this is where it gets a little messier. Again, it's the precedent. Xenoblade is, unlike Mother, very relevant now.
Yeah.
Um, so do we go Mio or do we go? We have a lot of. There are some issues here. We have EXE, Amaterasu, and Phoenix Wright all in the same round, and that is scary.
Yep. Sure
that, is,
is.
that hurts me already. I foresee this. Um, but do we give precedent to Mio? I mean, she is an amazing pick for Xenoblade. Crosses over into multiple games and shit in the timeline. A unique chakram based combat. I mean, there's precedent here to say Mio over EXE and potentially these other options. I don't know.
Jonna,
What
I
do
have a
you think?
question for you. Are you scared of my vote?
No, I actually no, I'm not. I think
Are you scared of
I'm
specifically
gonna.
Amaterasu versus Mega Man.exe?
I'm scared of Amaterasu versus Mega Man.exe and Amaterasu versus Phoenix Wright and Phoenix Wright versus Mega Man.exe. All those are very difficult. But I think we're also presented with the opportunity here that we were last round of saying, do we cop out and just say Xenoblade over all of
I
them?
mean, let me put it this way. Xenoblade is a very successful series. We've had three, four great games. You and I,
Mm-hmm.
both fans of these games, even though you lied to me
Yep.
and told me that you'd be in Xenoblade 3 when we were doing our um the episode for Noah. You fucking prick.
I forgot how that came out. That was funny.
Yeah. Uh I think if I'm looking specifically at Mio and Mega Man the DXC, I think Mio is the higher priority choice. If this was Mega Man X if this was Zero, I'd be like, oh no, that's hard. But Mega Man EXE, I'll
Mm-hmm.
fully admit that's my full bias. If I were to pick EXE here, it will be just straight up bullshit bias. Not even just say,
Yeah.
yeah, this is our personal project bias. No, that would be bullshit bias. I have no problem
Yeah.
going Mio over EXE.
And my vote is Mio over EXE too. I Yeah, I think that there might be a choice here from Mio over the others as well. But if you want to go through the song and dance with these other characters, I ain't afraid.
Are you sure? Because the next one up is Amaterasu versus Mio.
Oh, I think it's Mio.
Okay. Phoenix Wright or Mio?
And I think it's Mio here.
Okay.
Done. There you go.
Done. And only one of the three Capcom characters we talked about got knocked out by Mio.
Oh, interesting.
All right, let's get to our next one.
Let's
So,
get to it.
Mio, who does Mio knock out? Let's see here. All these great choices in Anthony Higgs. And
It's
then
satisfying seeing this board fill in.
oh yeah. Next we are going to uh Taranza is our starting point here.
He just really wants to be picked.
He just really does. Unfortunately for him, this is a truly a smash or dash for Taranza because he either gets picked here or he gets knocked out. That is the fate of anybody who is in
Ruh-roh.
the chosen square. And wow, some of these characters that are remaining, and some of these interesting paired matchups. Huh.
The Chosen Square. That could be like the name of our new podcast spinoff where we just do grid games all the
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time.
time. I know. I'm having such a good time just sitting here and screwing around like this without a video camera. It's great.
But you like your audio or your visual gags.
I do. I do. This is just a treat out of the ordinary for me. I'm here. You don't even know what I'm wearing.
Oh
It's
God.
good time.
Time to move on. Taranza or Frogger?
But I'll give it to Tranza here. Again, like, yeah.
For a good hot second, I was like, "Fuck yeah, Frogger." But I was like, "Oh yeah, wait, we don't have anything Kirby."
Yeah.
Master Chief, he's back, or Mimikyu.
Chief.
Fossil Fighter or Goemon.
Goemon.
Taj from Diddy Kong Racing, or Chell from Portal.
I wish I could say Taj, but I'll say Chell.
Chun Li or Karate Joe.
Chun Li.
Viola of Bayonetta or Labo Man.
I think I might actually want to see Labo Man more, but I'm going to say Fiola here.
I'm gonna go with Viola simply because Labo Man, like Nintendo Labo is gone, it's dead, it's over.
Yeah.
Weavile or Funky Kong.
I'll give it to Funky here.
More or less gets based off of DK's old moveset. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Taranza or Master Chief.
Chief.
Goemon or Chell.
I could see the argument for Chell if Kelly were here, but I'm just going to go with my bias and say Goemon.
I feel more towards Chell personally, but that's largely because I don't really know Goemon and I think Portugal is fun. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Goemon.
Okay.
Chun Li or Viola.
Chun Li.
Funky Kong or Aaron from Pandora's Tower.
Wow. Um, I don't like Aaron is talking about a dead franchise, how about a dead game? But there's also a lot of merit to the character and what they can do. Funky is, as you said, salvaging DK's moveset and then adding a little bit of funk to it. So it's like, what do you do? I think at this point, I would veer towards the more unique and say Aaron.
Okay. Chun Li or Goemon.
I'll say Chun Li here.
Aaron or Master Chief.
Chief.
Chun Li
Wow.
or Master Chief. It's time to add in our
That's
first
the
third party
billion
for
dollar
sure.
question. Hell yeah. Worthwhile choices. The first lady of fighting games. The like first worthwhile like legacy fighter in those regards, like a really iconic female fighting game character. Or again, we've argued the marriage for Master Chief. Um, and then you also have this sub argument of like a new franchise or retread with Street Fighter. Although Street Fighter is more attuned to Nintendo, of course. So, God.
There's also that of our currently selected characters, we have nobody who is a dedicated martial artist and nobody who is a dedicated gunner. The closest we have to a
Mm-hmm.
martial artist would, I guess, be Psylux or Rauru, or I guess maybe Mio. The closest we have to a dedicated gunner is Psylux.
Silence. Mm-hmm. God. Um, this is difficult for me to choose. What do you have a thought? Do you have a lean?
Honestly, I really don't. On,
Mm-hmm.
on the one hand, like as you said, like Master Chief revolutionized an entire genre.
Yeah.
That said, recent Halo games have not been well
Not revolutionized
received.
much.
No, no, not at
Yeah.
all. Chun Li, uh, First Lady of Fighting Games, is one of the most commonly crossover Capcom characters.
Yeah, it's hard.
If
What
if
make the
I'm
biggest
thinking
splash
of
for Chief?
if I'm
But
thinking of who I'd rather see, like this is the brand new roster. If this was if we were talking about Ultimate 2, my vote is Chief. We've already got Ken and Rio.
mm-hmm,
This
mm-hmm.
is Smash X. I'm just gonna call it Smash X, which actually I think that's like the title for Brawl, actually. I think.
Tyrantos Murburukan X.
Yeah. This is I can't say deluxe either, because that's Smash Ultimate in Japan. No, it's
Smash
special. That's
Revolution.
special. Never mind. I can't
Special
call this
Smash.
deluxe. So this
There
is
you go.
Smash Deluxe here. Uh, I'm kind of thinking I'm leaning Chun Li.
Wow. That's a shocker. I mean, coming from you.
I mean,
Um,
this is
yeah.
a reset board. Ken and Rio weren't here.
Yeah.
They can't be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel good about saying Chun Li.
All right. Welcome our first third party character to Smash Deluxe here. Chun Li.
Nice. Just a nice solid choice, not like our either of our first picks in terms of like sheer bias, like or incredulity or shock. It's just like a good pick.
Good pick.
Yeah,
Knocking out some other good picks.
like Labo man.
And zero.
At least cardboard exists today with the Virtual Boy cardboard thing.
Our next starting point. Oh, this is interesting. Uh, the next debate is
Noah.
centered around Noah, who we just put in his girlfriend Mio. So
Yeah.
I don't think Noah is going to survive this round.
That'll depend on who he's up against.
It will, but
Noah versus Dr. Loeb. There you go.
Dr. Loeb
Wow.
is he is on the he's actually in this debate.
Yep, I see him there.
So we start things off with Noah versus Rose Raid, Pokemon Gen 4.
Rose who? Sorry.
Rose Raid.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Rose Raid at least represents a new generation, so Rose Raid.
Yeah. Issa Joe of Sin and Punishment against Tracer from Overwatch.
Ooh, that's funny, like how similar these characters are in some respects.
Yeah.
Issa Joe is from Sin and Punishment, the second one, right?
Yes.
So not quite retro yet. Just kind of in that nebulous space of being an inactive franchise. It's kind of cool. Slasher, gunner, subtype. Although you get kind of that with Silex as well. I think I'll go Tracer.
Interesting. I was going to lean Issa Joe, but considering, as you mentioned, not just dead franchise, dead game. I guess you didn't say that about Issa, but it's still accurate.
Yeah.
I'll go with Tracer as well.
Okay.
Veridi of Kid Icarus against the Muck Rider.
Do you give Kid Icarus precedent now? I mean, I think this is it was given a lot of zhuzhing up and uprising, and Sakurai, he treats it like his baby now. Um, but these are new ball game rules. It hasn't been active since Uprising, so do we lean more retro? But regardless of that argument, I think Veridi is the better pick, but it may come up later.
I agree with you. Um, Kid Icarus may not be necessarily active, but it is still, unless I'm very mistaken, it is one of the most requested 3DS games to get a modern port.
Oh yeah, I wish it would.
Yeah,
Jeez.
especially since it would be guaranteed to have a better control scheme. I'm not bitter.
Unless they take it as a challenge.
No. Sakurai has said he thinks it will be hard to bring Kid Icarus to modern platforms, and he's probably not wrong. Because even if you just say like, okay, hey, look, we got the second control stick now. Okay, well, there's still the aiming.
Yeah.
Next up, Sigurd from Fire Emblem, Selip's Papa, or Kratos of God of War.
Wow. Shit. We just got our first third party. It's funny that we're here now because Kratos would be that same level as Master Chief. Where you'd be like, holy shit, like this happened. Um, like just crazy. Like even more than Chief in that regard, being a Sony character. Sigurd, again, he has the benefit of being an older generation, popular, somewhat prominent because of Engage, Lord from that time. Technically, can use a lance and a sword, although I think they have your sword here, especially resetting the board. I don't know. I'm torn again.
I am not
Just
torn.
considering.
I have an easy
Yeah.
lean towards Sigurd. We just got a third party character. Yes, Kratos would be very different from Chun Li, but I would veer towards. Now that we've got one, I feel a lot more safe to just go harder on Nintendo. Doesn't mean a third party can't happen, but I feel totally fine to say Sigurd.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'd say Sigurd too then.
Now let's have another similar but different debate. Dracula of Castlevania versus
Oh,
Seliph. Hello again.
Dracula is such a fucking. That's a cool choice. I would be so into it. But and then again, for the same reasons we just mentioned, I'm going to say Seliph here.
Yep. Now, Marin of Zelda against Goemon.
Yeah, this is more interesting because we just got our first Zelda and we just got our first third party not that long ago. Goemon is not the most high profile Konami choice. There are others probably even on the board that would fit that bill. But just a tried and true, like persistent, like the Goemon games have been around for a long time. Still a fairly active franchise to my recollection. There's a lot you can do with a character that's pretty easily translatable because most of his games are side scrollers or platformers. It would be a fun character. Marin, a little more offbeat of a choice in terms of like you have to think around what are you gonna do with her. I think I would do like the different relics, the different like sea relics that you get from Link's Awakening in the different dungeons. I would give them all to her with the shell thing being like the final smash with the windfish. And again, she represents earlier Zelda, top down Zelda, which has merit here. I
There,
have a loose lean towards Goemon. What do you
there's
think?
also the fact that Marin actually does have a fighting game moveset because she's playable in the Hyrule Warriors games.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. What do you? What's your lean?
Um, I think Marin would be a very different Zelda character compared to Thorn. We do have Rauru, and I
Yeah,
think Rauru is a
I
pretty
agree.
strong modern choice. Going
Hmm.
on, I just don't know the character other than he's a ninja. That's quite literally the extent of my knowledge. So based on that, I just
Yeah.
lean Marin kind of by default, but I'm not like dedicated.
Yeah, I hear you. I would be fine to go either way. I don't think that. I mean, to be frank, I don't think either of these characters are winning this round anyway. For that reason, for the sake of expediency, I'll say Marin just to move us along.
Okay.
Going on, I think has merit, but we may get there eventually.
Yeah. Next, back to the top, Rose Raid or Tracer.
Um, I said Tracer easy last round, but it's hard for me to get excited about Overwatch for real life reasons.
Yep.
So I might just say Frost right here.
Viridi or Sigurd.
Um, Veridi is a strong choice because of like the makeup of her moveset. Like what you can do with the nature powers is pretty attractive. I will say Veridi.
Okay. Seliph or Marin.
Um, More Fire Emblem or more Zelda? My heart actually says more Zelda, but my brain is kind of like Seliph scratches a different itch. It feels more necessary. So I don't know. What about you?
Siliph is a higher tier of a character than Marin is within their respective franchises. Uh, Compared to who we currently have across the board, let me double check something. We do not yet have anybody that is a sword fighter, period. So technically, Seliph or Sigurd, if he was still up here, would be completely unique against the current roster. Marin is completely unique against
Okay.
anybody who we could really put on here. Nobody really does what the
Yeah.
closest characters to Marin are musical aligned characters.
Hmm. I'm gonna. I'll vote Seliph.
Okay,
Yeah.
Viridi or Doctor Loeb,
I would love if Dr. Loeb got a chance, but I have to say for Reedy.
Rose Raid or Seliph,
I think Sella takes priority.
and then Viridi or Seliph.
Good question. I mean, I just beat Sigurd down with my own two hands for Veridi. But then you mentioned, the stuff about not having like Seliph taking certain priority over others, like partially due to like the moveset capabilities and his lot in Fire Emblem. And I'm like, that's true. So I kind of lean Seliph here, but I'm open to the arguments.
As mentioned, we don't have any sword fighters yet. The only weapon-based fighters we have are Edelgard with an axe and Mio with chakrams, and arguably Decidueye with a bow and Paper Mario with a big hammer. Other than that, nothing is a weapon. As for Viridi, we also don't have anything that is technically nature, unless again you want to count Decidueye or arguably Alf.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. Uh, yeah, that's where I'm torn because they're so even on many levels.
My thought process is to say Viridi because there are other available Fire Emblem characters. Whether we'll get them in this first round, I don't know. We're starting to run dry. But oh my god, is she actually? Wow. Oh no, never
The
mind. Never
only
mind.
character. Oh
I
wait.
thought Viridi was gonna knock out every single remaining Fire Emblem character on the board. There's one that would survive her slaughter.
Oh God.
That said, again, we do already have Edelgard. So
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
my
can go for reading here.
yeah.
That's fine. Very strong character, like as far as her role in that game goes, and her personality. Like, that is an asset to a game like Smash in itself.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I caught shit for it, there is logical reasons why I stumped for her so hard in the roster redux project. Some people think I'm crazy, but no, there was logic there, not just some wackadoodle nonsense.
I don't even remember that conversation.
It
Blocked
was
trauma trauma
Flamezone
dump.
who
Blocked
thought
it
that
out.
I was crazy.
No, Flame Zone thought you're crazy. I'd take that as a mark of pride.
Thank you. Our next centerpiece, man, we've talked about this column quite a bit. Funky Kong is the leader of the pack here. Oh, we've actually talked about this column and this row a few times. All right, time to
Leader of the
finally
bunch
pick
and
a
done
winner
well.
from one of the two of them. Let's
Yeah.
see how this will end up going. Oh, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, buddy. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh what?
maybe sad for me. Oh God, there. Wait, why is this square not copying? I've told it to go there several times. What
Have
the
you
fuck
ever
is
thought of
happening?
telling it to? There you go. You got it.
No, it's literally what the hell is happening?
Oh no.
No, I'm being
Oh,
goddamn dead serious here. I'm copying a
oh, me
cell
too.
into the spot, and it's for whatever reason nothing from here is copying. Okay,
Very
that
odd.
works. Why? Okay, I guess I'll just manually type it. Because what the hell is going on?
Oh no. Oh.
Okay, that's heckin' weird. Any Hoodle, Funky Kong, or Weavile again.
Again, funky again.
Frogger or Master Chief.
Master Chief.
Mimikyu or Goemon.
Goemon.
Dante, a Devil May Cry, or Mega Man.exe.
Oh gosh, yeah. Talking about sad for you.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have a horse in this race. If you want to say EXE, that's fine. I know that it's sheer bias, but whatever. Dante, though, I mean, he has undeniable clout as like a legendary character in his class. So there is that to consider, and just like the combo heavy stuff he would bring to the table, being unique in this predicament.
Yeah. Yeah.
EXE, of course, can bring a shit ton to the table too. So whatever you say.
I feel like, even though this is a biased project, Dante is a very, very strong choice, and a choice that I would not be disappointed to see in. The only real,
Right,
legitimate argument that I can make for Mega Man outside of my bias is hey, it keeps Mega Man in the game.
right. And either way, you're getting another Capcom,
Yeah.
so that's not really in the argument. It just depends on how much you value the argument for a Mega Man. I guess. Do you think that they would there there's a precedent to set for Mega Man over Devil May Cry?
The only way that I would think that is if they had swapped out classic Mega Man for X between Smash 4 and Ultimate. Which some people argue for, and that, my opinion was like, y'all crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess I will vote for Dante. Um,
And I'll go cry in the
just
corner.
don't just don't let it be said I didn't give you that in. We could have done EXE, but you're right.
I'm trying to approach this logically. Paper Bowser or Taizo Hori.
Again, like I want these out there picks, but I can't warrant it. So Taizo moves
Funky Kong or Master Chief?
on. Master Chief.
Goemon or Dante?
um, you know what? This is a hear me out. Dante is impregnable in many regards, but here's where Capcom rears its head. Chun-Li's already here. You can represent a different company, another major Nintendo partner with Konami, with Goemon. And he is bringing a unique Konami series to the table, one that has not been represented yet, unlike Metal Gear and Castlevania, so there's a freshness to it. And he could just go around and bot people with his pipe and throw his coins and float around in his cloud and use various other mythical Japanese things along with his ninja powers and call it a day and call in a giant mech robot that sings karaoke that looks like him. He
Okay.
could do all those things and more.
I very much see your argument here, and I'm okay to go with that. But I want you to keep your same argument in mind as I say the next two characters. Taizo Hori or Amaterasu.
True, true. Namco is again, I mean, again, major third party, and Dig Dug is it's not the most obvious choice. I think it's a little less obvious than a Goemon would be. The reaction would be like, what? But also, oh, that's kind of cool. I think that would be the overall. And then you get like just like the toxic Smash fan base bitching that it wasn't Chief or whatever. Um, I yes, true. At least Amaterasu's not human. You have that going for it, and
Neither is Megman.exe.
that's true. And there's a magic aspect to Amaterasu as well, um, that you kind of just build with Faridi. Fuck. Um,
Like as soon as you started making your argument for Goemon, I'm just like, oh, this boy does not know what he's arguing for. He does not know who he's arguing against.
I mean, I figured we'd hit Amaterasu eventually. It just like all these other guys get showing up. Um, yeah, I see that, and I should maybe logically go for Taizo Hori. I don't think that's who Namco would stomp in almost any reality. Although I actually, that's
Personally,
like a
I'll go
guilty
Frogger over
pleasure.
Taizo.
Yeah, that's like a guilty pleasure pick though. Like I would actually like Taizo or Mr. Driller or like Bub and Bob or Frogger, like something from that era. Like you dig deeper and older into arcade. Like that's cool to me. Like I would like legitimately want Vic Viper in this game because I'm a fucking freak. So there's that. Ah, fuck it. I'll say Taizo Hori here.
All right,
It's
Taizo
whatever.
Hori or
It's whatever.
Goemon.
That's the $1 million question. I think Goemon has more going for him. I think he has more of overall staying power. The games are not just legacy; they are still going on. Big Doug, like you have Mr. Driller, but it's not as high of a profile as Goemon, at least not in the East. So my vote is Goemon. Yours might differ, but my vote's Goemon.
No, I agree.
Okay.
All right, last bet of this round. One of these characters is getting in. It's getting in. Goemon or Master Chief.
Damn. Uh, Ninja or Gunner? I think that's what it comes down to. And then also, since you have an established, like, just good, solid pick with Chun Li, I think that I would feel a little better about going with the grandiose and the obscene with Chief here. Um, But again, there's the argument for Goemon and staying power and being Konami and being more of a partner to Nintendo and blah blah blah. So what are you thinking?
Could go either way. I think Goemon, and I don't use this word in a negative fashion. Goemon is a bit sillier of a character. Master Chief
Oh God,
is
yeah,
more
yeah.
serious in their universe. Space Marine, more or less. Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Goemon, short little ninja guy. He's
Mm-hmm.
just short little ninja guy things. We've got Chun
Very
Li, who
comical
is
series.
a very old legacy character who is still relevant in modern gaming. Neither one of these two characters, like Master Chief, they're trying to keep him relevant. They're not doing a good job. Goemon, I don't think is relevant. I'm not aware of his games. I don't know if he's had anything in recent years. So there's not really an argument there for either way. I think we don't have any character that's ninja adjacent. We don't have any character that's gunner adjacent outside of arguably Silex and Decidueye. Strangely, I think the character that's closest to Goemon is Meowth, which is a
Because
wild
of the
statement.
coins.
No, not because of coins, because stature and quick slashes.
Okay, yeah, true. Interesting. Yeah, and Goemon also has like a number of companions he can use, and just like judo, martial arts ish stuff. But he more so relies on like manga y, comic y, comedy ninja stuff.
Okay,
So
now,
it's
now that
Matter
that
Chief.
that kind of made me change my thought process. You're saying that we
Yeah,
basically have a Saturday morning cartoon ninja character?
that I mean that's exactly what
My
that
vote's
entire
Goemon.
franchise is. What? This can fulfill your Yuyuki dreams in a
I
way.
mean, you mentioned that he could fly around on a cloud earlier, so technically that's already in there.
Yeah, I mean you're right. When you're right, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but I'll say Goemon.
Amazing, amazing.
I
Who does?
actually think that Goemon is like a Terry Bogard level pick, where like there is a very real chance you can get into Smash, and we just don't value it. Actually, Chun Li's kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Next up,
Next up, our next anchor is Golisopod of
oh,
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
So let's see here. Interesting, interesting. Uh, oh, so curious, so very curious indeed. Some of these.
Golisopod versus Captain and Yuri Lowell.
So the first matchup is Golisopod versus King Boo.
Oh, what gen is Golisopod again?
7, same as Decidueye.
Oh, well, okay. But it's a legendary. No, it's not.
No,
No,
but
it's
it's fucking cool as a legendary.
yeah. Golisopod. That's right. Yeah, it is. It is a really cool looking Pokemon.
Yeah,
Bug
it's a
type. That's
fucking
fucking.
beast, and it just got a Mega Evolution.
Yeah, I'm down for Golisopod, but I think my vote is King Boo. We mentioned earlier mainline Mario. This is technically like the first choice for it, so that's kind of the logic here. And a Ghost. I mean, King Boo would be great too. We did a moveset for him a while ago that was pretty satisfying.
We obviously don't have any character that would fight like King Boo yet in our picks. Arguably, we don't have anybody that would fight like Golisopod either. I picture Golisopod as like a big, heavy, tanky brawler. I think the closest character we have to that is Edelgard, which is
Interesting.
pretty good argument that there's similarities in their fighting styles, whereas King Boo would be
Mm-hmm.
completely different. And also a
Yeah.
villain rep, of which we have
Edelgard.
two and a half. Edelgard,
Yeah.
Silux, and arguably Veriti. Arguably
Mm-hmm.
Meowth as well, technically.
It really like in a way, all of those choices are arguably bad.
Not Silux. Silas is
Oh,
bad.
he went hard, huh? Okay.
Silas is a whiny bitch. I'm not kidding.
So yeah, one and then like three halves. So yeah, 2.5. Yeah. Yeah. So Galactopod's a Class A choice, but King Boo.
Yeah, I'm good with King Boo.
Okay.
So this next one is kind of funky.
Oh, he's
Um,
back, huh?
no, he's actually knocked out.
Oh, okay.
We have Donbei and Hikari of Shin Onigashima against Monokuma from Danganronpa.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a crazy
yeah,
matchup. If we didn't just go Goemon, I would fight harder for Dome Dan Hikari. Um, there is a the argument for them now is that they're a duo.
yeah.
Um, and Monokuma is a niche third party franchise, not
It's
really
true.
a
It's true.
priority in like at all in realistic regards. But I don't know. I kind of feel the bear at this point.
Yes.
Horror stuff and whatnot. Yeah.
I do agree that Goemon kind of takes a lot of the thunder out of Donbei and Hikari. There's some
Mm-hmm.
similar deep, heavy Japanese roots
Mm-hmm.
in their character and comedy.
Yeah.
Their leg up is the whole duo situation, as you mentioned, but I like I like the funny murder bear. He does funny murder bear things.
Funny murder bear. That could be your name.
I no.
Okay, Teleon.
Next up, hey, you want to talk about funky characters, right? Like the characters that you
Yeah.
like would be very silly. Well, now you get to choose between
Yeah.
two silly and off the wall picks:
What?
Paper Bowser or Helix.
Oh. Paper Bowser would be so funny because you could pull from like Super Paper Mario is the obvious place where like he's fully playable, but also like just all of his weirdo shit that he does in the Paper Mario games. He can take from his boss fights, his appearance trying to set up a wedding with Princess Peach, just like all this stuff. Helix opportunity to represent Arms, which is not a well loved franchise. They kind of blew it, but he's just so weird. The way he moves and fights is so bizarre. I love that character. And Paper Mario is already here, so I'm going to say Helix is my vote.
I'm actually in full agreement with that. Next up,
I
we have
like when Helix is like,
our first Star Fox character that we're talking about at all,
oh, finally, yeah.
Crystal against Sylveon, the Gen 6 Fairy Evolution.
Now, if this were cursed, I might be your star. Um,
That took me a good half a second to think about what you were saying.
Star Fox Command, good times. God, what a game! What a game. Um, Sylveon, that's a memory from Roster Redux for me. It's like, let's do Sylveon. It's like, it was on the box. You're like, it was on the boat. What are you talking about? And we went for it. That was funny. I think, that there's still an argument for Sylveon because it's a different gen and you are dealing with very type stuff, which is a newer typing, and it may take precedent in like real discussions for Pokemon at some point. Um, Crystal, interesting. She came in with one of the most ill-received Star Fox games ever, but was a more of a positive point. Stuck around for a few games, and then the timeline reset again with Zero. Um, but she still fights really uniquely with her staff. That would be the way that I would want to perceive her being here. Um, Star Fox is another limbo series, man. We don't know where it's going next, if anywhere. So what do we do here? I am actually open to whatever. What are you thinking?
I think it's a clear pick for Star Fox for me. If this was a different, like if this was Goliath Spot, I might reconsider that. But I mean, then we already have a Gen 7. If this was a Gen 9, if this was like a Toxtricity or a Tinkaton, I'm like, ooh, oh boy. But
If it were Tinkaton, this would be no question.
yeah, I've also just always struggled with the idea of choosing one evolution over the others as a playable character in Smash. It'd be one thing if it was Eevee. That makes sense to me to choose above the other evolutions. But just Sylveon, or just Flareon, or just Umbreon, that's a
Yeah,
tough call.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Let's do Crystal.
All right. Next up, King Boo or
The first
Monokuma?
time someone said that sentence. Sorry. Um, I uh Monica, I mean, again, unique third party, but there's a couple. We have a couple third parties now. It feels a little less essential to go that way for me. I would say King Boo.
I agree. Uh, it's third per party or third Mario. In Monokuma, while I like him, I think it'd be very fun and interesting. It's very niche. King Boo, one of the more recurring Mario villains, which isn't really saying much,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
still, he is.
yeah. I think he has solid chances for real smash. Just amongst 10 other characters.
Yeah.
I do like
Helix,
King Boo.
yes. Helix or Crystal?
Crystal.
King Boo or Crystal?
We can give Star Fox its nod, or give Mario its first mainline character. I vote King Boo.
I'm actually a vote on Crystal. Purely from the standpoint of we
Interesting.
don't have anything from Star Fox yet, which granted, we haven't had anything for Star Fox since Star Fox Zero, which didn't do so well. It was just another Lylat Wars retelling. My god.
Was
Uh
one of the few games from the Wii U to not be ported to the Switch. So I think that's telling.
yeah, yeah. We did get
I know,
Starlink.
and I what?
We did get Starlink though as a
Oh,
new Star Fox game.
that's funny. Yeah, Crystal was in Starlink. That's true.
Is
I'm
she?
pretty sure she was. I'm pretty sure she was. I like Star Fox, man. I wish that Star Fox were given a better chance at life to be like fair. Like I loved 64. I loved Assault. As a kid who didn't know any better, I loved Adventures. Like there's something there. There's something special with those characters in that world. They just need to get over themselves with retelling the same damn story over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Maybe there's hope because the next Star Fox will not be led by Miyamoto. Sorry, Miyamoto.
Yeah.
um. Okay, fine. Crystal. That's fine.
All right, Crystal or Minoru? You thought it was
Crystal.
done. All right, Crystal is in. We've got a Star Fox rep. There is not too many spots left for our first set of 20. All right, let us see who Crystal will knock out of the grid. First of all, where is Crystal on the grid? There she is. Ah, fuck.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Mega Man.
Oh no. Goodbye, Spidops and Glycopod and the other ones.
All right, next up, the next spot that we're going to be looking at as the center square is going to be Deoxys.
Oh,
Gen 3. Oh,
cool.
I'm sorry. I covered the wrong square. Deoxys Gen 3 mythical Pokemon. Technically, they have officially split up the definitions of mythical and legendaries. Mythical just means, hey, sometimes we're a special event exclusive. Ha ha ha. Get fucked.
Oh god.
It's like, fuck you.
Uh-huh.
Fuck
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So starting off with Deoxys or Raiden. of Metal Gear.
from Deoxys.
You really?
I mean, Raiden. I like Raiden. Like, the cyborg ninja stuff is cool, but like at this point we're kind of, I don't know. Now that you now that you're mentioning it, I'm kind of torn. But Deoxys is just a cool Pokemon, like one of my favorites. There's so many different things you can do with Deoxys and its different forms, and
Stance
without
change.
Mewtwo on the board, yeah, exactly. It's more attractive now than ever. So that there's and just being from a gen that is under-repped by Smash, one of the more beloved gens is just not in the picture in Smash. Um, so while Raiden gives us an opportunity to represent Metal Gear, which is cool, I actually, yeah, my vote is Deoxys.
Okay. Next up, Lilina of Fire Emblem, the little fire mage that could, against King Boo.
Interesting, but I will have to say King Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver of Nino Kuni against Dante of Devil May Cry.
Just the way you teed it up was funny. I There's room for a mage. I don't know if that and a summoner. That's cool, but it's Dante, and I think that in a matchup like this, you really have to consider, even though this is an our choice thing, like there is that little thread of logic where it's like, but it's Dante.
Yep.
So Dante.
Deoxys or King Boo?
Oh, that's hard for me to say, but just thinking about it, the optics right now, I might veer King Boo.
I
What do you think?
I like it because it gives us a chance to be a little spooky. Deoxys, I think the
Yes.
leading argument for him would be like, hey, do you want to do something with his various forms? Normal form being
Yeah.
balanced stats, attack with increased attack power, speed increased speed, and defense with increased defense. That said, between the four of them, they don't actually do anything different. It's just their
Mm-hmm.
stats are rebalanced.
Mm-hmm.
I think King Boo is the more interesting choice.
Okay.
Dante or Diancie? Gen 6 mythical Diamond Fairy.
That's right. Um, I do think that there's a precedent for Pokemon from other gens. This is another Pokemon that's unrepped in their gen so far. What do you think? I don't know a lot about Diancie, honestly. So what are your thoughts?
Diancie doesn't have a lot of, of importance. They were given out as a special event in Gen 6. They were given a Mega Evolution. Um, they have a movie, like almost every mythical like
Yeah.
Pokemon
Yeah.
does. And they got a tiny side quest in Legends ZA that was given out via mystery gift, where you just battle Diancie with a couple of Carbink, and then you catch the Diancie, and then the event is over. Not a lot of fanfare about it, but its general uh, silhouette, in the fact that it could just slam its diamond head or diamond lower half at something, I've always liked that visual. But it's also
It
Dante.
is Dante, and it's the question of Dante and Devil May Cry and second Capcom or third Pokemon
Not just
from a
second
different gen.
Capcom, but third party, because we have Chun Li and Goemon.
That's true. It's becoming a bit diluted with the third parties, but this is a high profile pick, and it's that opportunity for Dante early on. I think you can't go wrong with either choice, but I'll let you lead, and whatever bias that you choose to go towards, I'll just agree.
Um, Thinking to Smash 64, where we had two Pokemon in 12 characters, and then Melee 25 characters, and we added in 2 more Pokemon. 3, actually. No, it is just 2. For some reason, I was counting Jigglypuff twice. Was it? Yeah. Just Pichu and Mewtwo are the only 2 new ones in Melee. But we have a ratio of roughly 20% both times. A little bit less in Melee's case. Here we have 20 characters. In 2 Pokemon, we're at 10%. I think that's precedent that says you could do Diancie or any third Pokemon. And since Diancie is also from Gen 6, the Kalos games, Legends ZA is the newest game for now. Whether or not Diancie has importance in that or not, I think there's precedent for it. And I kind of feel there are a fuck ton of Pokemon on the grid. Mm-hmm. This is true. There's also a lot of third parties on the grid.
Right.
I am going to say Dante due to personality.
Okay.
And wackiness potential.
He eats pizza, man. So much pizza.
And now, yes, we decided between himself and King Boo. Third party, second Capcom, or third Mario, first mainline Mario, villain, circle. Dante would be a gunner with a lot of other weapons.
With a lot,
but also
Scythes,
a gunner.
Swords, yeah, primarily
his guns, hat even
combo. Yeah, combo heavy, Bayonetta-esque. I mean, they're from the same development team. But we don't have more of a proper villain yet, and he is a circle. That's a plus. Sacrilege to say, but I think it's still King Boo. I am just weighing wanting like mainline Mario in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do that. We can guarantee that we have a mainline Mario right here, and then we are quote unquote safe in the future.
That's true. Depends on if you want to do the same thing. If you do, that's goody good.
It's okay by me.
Okay, Circle beats Dante today.
All right.
Yeah.
King Boo, congratulations. Let's see who you knock out from the board now. All right, so let's now see who is next up. Who's going to be our centerpiece on the table? It is going to be Taizo Hori. That guy. And
back
let's
at it again.
See. Yes, he is back for the 3rd time tonight.
You digging ne'er-do-well?
Oh my god, that's really mean. Oh my fucking fuck. Okay, so we're gonna start off with with Taizo Hori versus Lysithea of Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Interesting. Taizo, I love Lysithea, but I mean, we already have Edelgard.
Arthur Morgan or Dante. Yeah. He won't go away. Well, he won't leave us alone.
Cowboy with a lot of precedent in modern gaming. Does cowboy stuff. It's from a cowboy world. Rockstar, totally new developer, publisher. You can get on the map. They are friends of Nintendo's again. The first Red Dead has been ported to Switch and Switch 2. I would not be surprised if we get Red Dead 2 on the Switch 2 eventually. It feels like it's in the cards. So like the new freshness or legacy second Capcom. Again, like Dante just keeps forcing himself into these matchups, and they're difficult because he's Dante.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you think we should do?
I mean, I think at this point we just go Dante. I mean, I'm also thinking about like what these two characters can do. Arthur Morgan is very classic cowboy, guns, lasso, guns, lasso, guns, and lasso. Dante.
TNT,
Oh, true, true.
horse.
TNT. Oh, God, you and your horses. Knife also. Dante, guns, several different kinds of guns, guns, swords, big swords, regular swords, his hat, guitar, turning into a devil.
And his creator calls people bugs on Twitter.
I mean, let's be fair. It's Twitter.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Dante.
Taizo Hori or Dante?
Dante.
Dante or Amaterasu?
Now give me a fucking break. Here we are, back to the same well. What argument do we make here between Hideki Kamiya's two beloved children? Well, we have ridden the Dante argument to its fruition. We know he has so much packed into his character that he can do. He has a load of personality. He's bringing in this flamboyant, rambunctious, crazy world with him to the forefront. Amaterasu, again, kind of a game where you Kamiya has this proclivity to develop games that are like arena fighters when they get into their combat. So Amaterasu is also kind of a combo heavy character with different the shields, the beads, the glaives, the different ink spells and magic. Being a quadruped, I think, is the biggest thing going for them still. So this is an even matchup, and you could make kind of a kind of the distinction that Dante, I think, is from more of a unique space now because we have Goemon kind of soiling kind of the mythical Japanese area. I think that that's an argument to consider. Um, but then you also consider technically right now in this moment, Okami is more relevant because Okami 2 is coming out. So this is an even matchup. And before I give you my obvious vote, I'll just let you you have anything to add.
Both characters have a variety of weaponry. Dante, I went through the whole list. Amaterasu is more glaive, whip, and shield, arguably, as well as some magic that which was basically revolve around being able to sprout water, uh, cause firestorms, cause ice to fall, cause lightning to fall. Uh, a lot of them don't really work in a fighting. Cut could work. Cut could work. Growing flowers, I guess, if you
Follows
translate them into
behind
like
Amaterasu
vines or
mostly.
thorns. Do what?
Yeah,
No,
there's a
I
vine
mean
blade.
bloom. I'm talking about bloom.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you can summon vines in the game, but
yeah.
yeah, bloom you can mostly like it trails Amaterasu. I think it'd be mostly cosmetic.
Well, no, I'm saying like the bloom one like could be translated to being like summoning vines in a way.
That's true, or summoning a tree.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Viridi.
Interesting.
So the Japanese stuff is kind of taken a little bit by Goemon. The nature stuff is taken up by Viridi. Um, I'm supposed to kind of like a merge of that, but we don't have a quadrupedal character yet. I don't believe. Uh, well, I mean, technically speaking, we have the cow, but they're in a go kart, so they're not counted in the quadrupedal argument here. Could you imagine if I tried
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
But both of
Oh yeah,
these
oh yeah.
both of these have merit, and just because we take one, like that just means they're knocked out of round one. But there's round two. There's round
Hmm.
three.
True, true, true.
It's more the question is with where the roster is at right now. with the 17 characters that we have, which one of these would we rather have now in the moment?
Um, it's hard for me to vote otherwise because Amaterasu is my Mega Man.exe as well as all the actual logical arguments that go for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that there is a clarity to the logical choice being Dante. I just it's hard for me to say that, but it's probably true.
I mean, again, we're not. This isn't rate their chances. This is an advanced Smasher Dash.
Oh yeah, that's okay. True. Fuck it, man. I'm. I'll say Amaterasu then. I mean, you're giving me this gateway to just vote for it. But if
I
you say
am.
Dante now, I won't be mad.
If I said Dante now, I think you would actually be mad. If I gave you
Mildly.
the rope to say Amaterasu, and I went back on you and I said, actually, I'm going Dante, I'm pretty sure you would get pissed.
Try not to.
All right, so we're at the point now where we have 18 characters. There's only 2 rows, 2 columns left. So if we were to do the normal method of I just generate 2 numbers to find the square, and then we go look here in that square, then we'll have a winner, and then we'll have an auto character by default. I don't necessarily like doing that with these grids, so instead what we do is we look at the 4 characters, we look at what the pairs would be, and we pick which overall pair we would put in. So this is a duo pack here. So the options, oh, this is funny. Either Lilina of Fire Emblem and Lysithea of Fire Emblem, which would bring us to four
What?
Fire Emblem characters, adding a Fire Mage and a Dark Mage, or Raiden of Metal Gear and Arthur Morgan of Red Dead Redemption, two
Oh,
serious
that's crazy.
third-party choices. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wait, you said four Fire Emblem? I think. Did you mean three?
I did mean 3. For some reason, I thought we had either Seliph or Sigurd.
Okay. So you're looking at two very similar in the respect that they're both mages and female, similar height. And, like it's so interesting that it came down to those two for Fire Emblem. Arthur and Raiden bring a lot more variety, but then you're also having to consider that
It would be
the number of third
5
parties is
third-party characters.
out of 20, 1/4. That's pretty hardy, and then you're going to have to consider that for future considerations too.
Yeah, or adding in 2 Fire Emblem mages right now.
Yeah, and Lysithea again, Dark Mage. I think that that's cool. I like the idea of having a dark magic user in particular. There's a lot that you can do with like I made this argument in the Smasher Dash recently that there's a lot you can do with a fire mage when it's just fire, like you're concentrating on that anima. I think you can make a convincing moveset for both these characters easily. Um, but it really kind of screws up the considerations for yeah, so for Fire Emblem moving forward. It's like you are kind of blocking yourself into a corner here, at least for the early game, with two pretty like homogenous choices. Um, and then Raiden and Arthur, you got to be careful with your third parties in the early rounds again. Um, God, it's weird. These are two really weird choices.
Yeah.
But that's the hand we were dealt. Do you have thoughts?
So my thoughts are the way I'm looking at this is partly who these characters are, what they can do, but also where we are at in the game. So
Mm-hmm.
if we do Lilina and Lysithea, that is 2 more Fire Emblem characters, total of 3 out of 20. Fire Mage and Dark Mage, 2 more female characters, which is always great. Uh, I'm not really familiar with all of Lilina's spells, but I know I'm not really familiar with Lilina's popularity either. Lysithea, though, is very popular. Um, in the first Choose Your Legends vote that Fire Emblem Heroes had after the release of Three Houses, the three of the 4 winners were Dimitri, Edelgard, and Claude, but then the fourth was Lysithia. She was the most popular female character for that vote after Edelgard, which is substantial in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
The danger is adding in those extra fireman characters to a second character from three houses, and just being that it's two mages, Raiden and Arthur Morgan, both very unique against each other and against who currently have in the field. Again, like we don't have a sword fighter, we don't have a gunner. These two guarantee both of those slots. The trouble with them is that they become third parties number 4 and 5 out of at this point 20 character roster, because we have Goemon, we have Amaterasu, and we have Chun Li. This would add two more
Yep.
to that. So in my mind, partly what I'm thinking is, what is the less problematic thing that could affect future rounds? Two more third parties right now, or two more Fire Emblem? My gut is to go with the two third parties. If it wasn't two Fire Emblem mages, my answer might change. If this was Lysithia and Hector, or if it was Lilina and Lynn,
Hmm.
I might change. I might have a very different answer. But the fact that it's two
I
mages specifically has me lean Arthur and Raiden.
Yeah, two standard mages, not really like going out there with a serious villain choice like Nurgle, or like there's ways that could have made that Fire Emblem play more strategic for what we were dealt here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's totally random, so we just, as as showcased here. So I am in agreement. I think and it is satisfying that Raiden and Arthur represent two archetypes that we do not have yet.
Yeah.
So at least there's that, and yeah, future rounds fall where they may. They're at least two really solid, unique third parties.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So are we locking in Raiden and Arthur, or
Yeah, that's my vote.
okay? Arthur and Raiden make it into the first 20 characters. Good job, you two. We dismissed both of them not too long ago against other opponents, but they snuck on in. That's the fun thing about the grid sometimes. When you get to those last few characters, like, okay, we can get some real wild cards in here. It's like, oh god, what's the least
I
amount of
am.
damage that we can do?
I'm pretty satisfied with this grid so far. These third party choices are all very Jonno coded. It's funny how this worked out.
You know, I'm suddenly feeling
Whoops.
very bitter about Mega Man.exe. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, maybe he'll get his chance another day.
Maybe. Maybe. So we got our 20 characters here. Let's go ahead and do a quick run through of who everyone is, just so we have our reminder. So from Donkey Kong, we have Cranky Kong. From Fire Emblem, we have Edelgard. From Goemon, we have, well, Goemon. From Kid Icarus, we have Viridi. From The Legend of Zelda, we have Rauru. From Metal Gear, we have Raiden. From Metroid, we have Silux. From Okami, it's Amaterasu. From Pikmin, we have Alf. From Pokemon, we have Meowth and Decidueye. From Red Dead Redemption, we have Arthur Morgan. From Ring Fit, we have the Ring Fit trainee. From Star Fox, we have Crystal. From Street Fighter, we have Chun Li. From Super Mario, we have the Cow, Paper Mario, and King Boo. From Wario, we have Ashley. And finally, from Xenoblade, we have Mio. Okay, so Jono, when we were talking about doing this episode, we were just like, yeah, we're gonna do like 3 rounds and get 60 characters, and then it went a lot longer than we thought it was going to. So unfortunately, everybody, instead of following our ambition, we are gonna cut it here with just these 20 characters. I'm sorry, there was a miscalculation on my part. Next time we won't do a grid of 400. Whoopsies. While it has worked out fine for me on my own when I've done similar things, just with me on my own time, it turns out it takes a lot of time to do it for a show with commentary and debates. So whoopsie. But the I would not say that we are saying that these are the 20 characters specifically that we would prioritize. I think if that was the initial pitch, some of our choices probably would have been a little bit different if we knew we were going to be stopping at 20. So just look at this as these are who our first 20 would have been, and we just did not have enough time to go further than that, sadly.
The first 20 of 60.
Yeah. Yes. Sad, but it happens. This is an experimental episode. We're learning.
Yeah, and it's like Arthur Morgan always said, we can't change what's done. We can only move on.
Honestly, that wasn't bad.
I'm you know what else
dead serious.
Arthur said?
What?
I'm glad the cow got in.
I thought it was gonna be like, God damn it, John, because John Marston is also in that game.
Yeah. Well, that's a high compliment coming from you. Yeah, maybe I'll be in the next Red Dead game.
What next Red Dead game?
Red Dead 3.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We were so close. We were so close. All right. Well, I think we should probably call this one at the end. Next time on Supercast Brothers, it's time for a normal on topic. And we're talking about a franchise that is very, very near and dear to my heart, and that Jonno also has some experience with. It's Mega Man Battle... No, it's not. It's Final fucking Fantasy! Hell yeah!
That's that one game with the do 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 do.
Yes, the prelude. Yes.
Oh yeah. Good song.
Well, we'll see you all then. Bye, everyone. Wait, that was Fire Emblem. That wasn't Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking about it as you did that, and as I said prelude, because I knew what I was thinking of, but I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's the fucking Fire Emblem main theme. Fuck you, sir. Fuck you. Goodbye.